Leave me.
Leave meeting.
I didn't do it.
Leave me. It's like a chorus.
I was just waiting for
Harmonize one
it.
these days.
Oh, I like that your drink matches the whole aesthetic that you have right
Mhm.
now.
Oh
Black
yeah,
and red
actually,
over
should
there.
I like put a piece of tape over this or something?
No,
No.
it's fine.
I
They
don't
won't.
think
They
we're big
won't
enough
get
for
us
it to
on
matter.
that.
We're not famous enough.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't think we really have to worry about.
Look,
unless
if
there's
we-
sound
If
violations.
Salem hasn't sent
If-
us a cease and desist,
Yeah. If all of our like bullshit about Salem, Massachusetts didn't cause them to
I'm not
Neither
banned
was
from
Boston.
every
Come
Dunkins
on.
nationwide yet, so we're fine.
Neither
Just in
has
case.
Boston, though. To be fair.
Serious
Yeah.
red can.
What else have we made fun of?
Hey, my drink
What's in the
matches-
can?
Oh
Red.
no, you can't.
Walgreens.
Look, I'm already being censored. I'm being censored.
No. They're after you.
I have a
They're
matching
trying to
drink.
silence me anyway. Hello, everyone.
God.
That you're enjoying our bullshit. There are numerous ways you can support us. We have a Beacons page, which you can find in the Twitch About section, the Twitch chat, or the YouTube description. That has links to various affiliate partnerships, like Hero Forge if you like miniatures, Zenny Optical if you wear glasses, Humble Bundle if you like bundled things, Epic Water Filters if you are a thirsty bitch, and a link to our Redbubble if you like cool shit.
We should
We
go
also-
into advertising. I'm just saying.
My God.
We also have a coffee page if you would, where you can make a one-time donation or become a monthly member and gain access to exclusive bonus content, which includes hours of bonus episodes. You can also follow us on social media or join our Discord for updates about the show. And you can follow us on Twitch to keep up with us and get notifications of when we go live if the rest of our social media just doesn't do it for you. Or you just
Also,
boycott
go ahead.
all of their social media because I don't know your life.
who knows?
If you're
Social
watching-
media is dangerous soup.
It's suspicious
Piece of
too.
soup.
God.
If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe, of course, to get notified when new videos are posted. But we do have weekly streams on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Now that I sped run all of that, let's go around and have everyone introduce themselves and who they're playing. We do not have Tess tonight. She's not feeling well. We will miss her. And Sylvie, but Sylvie's off doing illegal stuff with Uncle Polly. The
It
question,
won't come back to bite us later. It's
of course not. It never does.
totally fine.
The question I would like you to answer, which is similar to last week's question. If your character, if you remember last week's question, if your character was put into any book,
Oh god.
which book would they do horribly in?
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I
So last
can
week
go.
was which book would they do well in?
Yes.
Yeah, last week was any. I got mine already.
Take us away,
I'm
Maria.
I play Elena, aka Easy Living, and she would do terrible in any kind of hardcore survival thing. She'd do okay in Hunger Games, but that's not really survival. That's more overthrowing a whole system of government. But like the hatchet, I think that's what it was called. The one with the guy who had to survive in the Alaskan wilderness. Any kind of that whole genre. No, absolutely not. Could not do.
Book Joe would do terribly in.
Anyone where he has to lie.
Roxy would
So,
also do
this one.
very terribly in that.
Any detective novel.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. I'm Mr. Crow, alternatively just Crow. Apologies for the voice this evening. I am not feeling well myself, but I managed to make it here. I am playing Joe Hatathli, aka Watchdog. And I think Joe would be pretty terrible in basically any Sherlock Holmes story. He just He doesn't have the tact or the wit to survive mysteries in Victorian England.
Who's the? I don't remember who's the the constable or the police detective in that book.
I know what you're talking about, but I
In
can't
those
remember
stories,
his name.
I
Yeah,
have
that's him.
yes.
Him?
Or I'm also thinking of oh gosh, I cannot remember the name of this guy.
Moriarty?
No,
Nope. It's
the
from
detective.
the
Wait, what
Professor
are we
Nancy
Layton
Drew.
games. Inspector Chelmy from the Professor Layton games.
That I don't know Leighton, so
God.
that I can't really speak to. Lovely art style like Leighton games, though. They look very nice.
They're so good. Or Inspector or Detective Gumshoe from the Ace Attorney games.
Yes, yes. Joe absolutely is in a slightly more cynical version of Gumshoe.
I love Gumshoe. Sorry, this is just my this is the type of game that I'm like obsessed with. So here comes all of my niche knowledge.
I'm gonna remember the detective from Sherlock Holmes in the middle of this game and just like randomly shout it.
It's not Tim.
No,
Okay.
Watson?
no,
No.
He's the doctor.
it's pissing me off. I don't remember this.
No, it is Lestrade.
It is Lestrade. Thank you.
No, that's a vampire. Don't be pretending.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Lestrade?
It's-
Lestrade?
Strange.
That's a
Lestrade. Okay. Who's next? For your Jenna.
I don't think this is a good answer because I don't really have one. Book series that Cynthia did horribly in was probably Percy Jackson and the Olympians, or whatever the name of that broader series is. Because if one of her parents was a deity, she'd probably get murked trying to murder them.
That's fair.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
you know what? That makes so much sense.
Would your divine parent be Hecate, though?
Okay, they might go better if that was the case. But
But
like
the
her
other
dad,
one is your actual dad, so
No, wait a minute, wait a minute.
really
It's
kind of a toss up.
crap. What's her name? It's been so long since I've read those books. But from the second series, she was the girl with the like gemstone powers. What was her name?
Hazel?
Yes, Hazel. You're basically a Hazel situation where you're like the child of one guy, but then Hecate's like, I like you. I'm teaching you magic.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know anything about the second part of that series.
I don't. Yeah.
I meant to read it and then never did. Which is the case for most books.
I personally like it. I'm very excited about the Disney Plus series coming up.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Roxy would do badly in a lot of books. I feel like maybe Interview with a Vampire, because if she got changed into a vampire, she'd keep forgetting about the sunlight thing, and she'd definitely get
Roxy.
fried. It'd be
Just
very
accidentally
bad.
kill herself.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, previously on Jukebox Justice, Sylvie and Roxy had a rather heartwarming talk and were able to come to some common ground, which left them both feeling much better after everything that happened between them. The next day, the team made plans to tour Siegel University and watch Joe practice with the football team. Henry even agreed to help show them around campus, since she knew more about the science buildings than Joe did. However, not everything was sunshine and rainbows. On the drive home from the dinner party, Joe and Henry had a rather serious conversation about Joe wanting to protect Henry, which led him to keeping some pertinent details from her. Yet he still asked her to do some snooping around Rook Labs during her internship. As long as it was safe, of course. Roxy and Tony also had a rather interesting conversation when they got back to Fuel Good Repairs, since Roxy noticed that him and Joe weren't talking like normal. While Tony tried to shrug it off, the siblings did have a chance to connect, and Tony asked Roxy to find out what Sylvie's favorite cookie was. The next day, the team regrouped at Siegel University, where they pretty quickly distracted the football team and then plotted to all enroll so they could gain access to certain buildings, resources, and basically join sports teams and stuff.
And stuff.
And
That's
stuff.
a good word for that.
Stuff just encompasses a lot of things.
Stuff and
So-
things.
Stuff and
Shenanigans.
Okay, so say we'll pick up after the lunch post-college tour. Henry will make her excuses and leave to go to the library and get some work done, and can leave the rest of you to handling things. I'll also say that Sylvie makes the excuse that she also has some plans she organized and ducks out of the restaurant.
I also have to go to work. So
Question.
Yes.
I think I missed this. Is team now 17?
I didn't actually say yes, but yes, I didn't say that, but yes, we're at
17.
17.
There's no way in heck we're spending all this before the end of this arc.
Nope.
We
We
just
might
gotta
just
get
finish
more
it up
trouble.
tonight. Who knows?
What are we
Also-
doing tonight? Do we
Getting
have
into trouble.
plans?
Getting into trouble?
Are we finally gonna break into the lab?
I don't know.
Well,
B&E.
if you go, it's gonna have to be without telling Cynthia, because she will try to stop you.
But you are at lunch. Unless there's nothing you would like to do at lunch. If you all want to go your separate ways, that is fine too.
Who won the check? Like
Oh,
tug
yeah.
of war of the checks.
I
What?
don't think we ever did resolve that.
I need to know for my own personal reason.
I think it was Elena.
Oh yeah, I won because I just bought the restaurant.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
You guys are tug of war over the check.
They're
She's literally
fighting over the
writing a
check. She
for
just
the
takes
whole
out her
restaurant.
checkbook and finds the owner.
Oh
Just
my
like, don't
god!
change anything. Everything's the exact same, but we're not paying today. Thank you.
Or any day.
Pay sometimes,
Oh
but
my god!
to win this
Her-
fight, not
Her
today.
payment is a tip,
Yeah.
basically.
Oh my god!
Roxy was like just letting everybody fight over it.
This
like,
is normal.
yeah. Normally don't have
Roxy
to
was like,
pay.
"Ooh, leftover chips and salsa." Like,
Yeah,
Oh my
she
god.
is.
Guacamole.
So is Watchdog with us at this point, or Joe? Rather,
Joe
at
is.
this.
Joe
Uh,
has been with you.
Joe is currently here though, with Henry having left. I imagine he's probably like starting to like
Fancy.
look for a way to exit stage right here.
Looking for an escape.
I'm curious about what he's actually thinking about all of this. So I'm not sure if that constitutes a Pierce the Mask or not, but I'm trying to get a sense for where he stands with this. I just
Escape his new best
Uh,
friends.
I mean,
There
I
is
think
no
that would
escape.
constitute a Pierce the Mask if you're trying to get a beat on his like
yeah.
what he's trying to do now that things seem to be winding down and how he feels about stuff and things.
Stuff and things.
Stuff and things.
Do you actually have telepathy right now, or are you just like looking at him?
I'm just looking at him.
Okay.
Scrutinizing.
Maybe trying to skim any stray thoughts off the surface, but not trying too hard. That's mundane.
giving you some privacy.
Yeah, that's with my -2 to mundane. That's a 3.
Hmm.
He's a
no
mystery.
idea.
We're
Wrapped
not
in
very
enigma.
good at inciting each other.
No.
I'll give you the freebie that you probably know Joe's not being fully forthright just because, you know,
No shit.
he's not letting on to the fact that he actually knows everybody fairly well.
How do you think he's handling the pretending he doesn't know everybody pretty well thing? Because Cynthia's having a blast watching this.
Yeah, so is Roxy.
She's
She's just like also just sitting next to Cynthia, like watching and eating chips. It's great.
He's passable. That's about the best you can say.
Okay, fair enough.
You can tell he's definitely like thinking about what he says before he says anything.
Mm.
Just to like
Doesn't want
not.
to accidentally call anybody mouse.
Hmm.
Fair enough.
But I will say that once Henry leaves, he's like, yeah, I probably shouldn't be like sitting in a restaurant with 3 other women that are not my girlfriend. That might start some rumors. I should probably go.
It's just like the glitter all
Yeah.
over again.
What do they know? We could all be lesbians.
We kind of are. I mean,
Just a little.
you're like his
suppose
brother.
it
I
is
would never
technically
date you,
bi.
Joe. That's crazy. Nobody would ever believe that I would date you.
Jeez.
Don't you know you're not supposed to date someone you're on the same team with? Gosh.
Yeah, you're not supposed to date your teammates.
Oh,
That
no.
is not going to fly in this team for much longer. Right now.
Oh, I meant for football. What were you talking about? Are we on
Joe's
other
the
teams that I
narrator.
don't know about?
Joe's dating his teammates?
Why is Joe dating his teammates?
Oh no.
The football team is very close, okay? They
I
spend
mean,
a lot
they
of time
do-
together.
There is a lot of like butt smacking and get 'em sport.
Get him sports specifically. It's like it's get him.
Oh my god.
Joe has left the building.
That's fair.
I can't keep up when you have such long legs, dude.
Are you following me out?
Yeah, I gotta go to work. She wasn't kidding. I gotta go to work.
All right. You want a ride, I guess?
Wait, did I bring a car or no? I think I
I
did.
don't know.
I believe you drove to the university. Whether
wait, we're-
you
Weren't all of you in like Cynthia's car? I remember we had a.
That was
discussion about
the
that.
weekend. Cynthia took her bike
No.
for today.
Cynthia took her bike because Roxy was coming from Fuel Good Repairs, so they
Oh,
were
like,
split
And then
up.
Elena had ridden with Sylvie.
does Elena need a ride home before I go to work?
I, can
I
give her a ride.
actually brought the bike, Joe. But thank you for the offer.
No problem.
I really like your car if I didn't tell you yet.
Thanks.
Really
I
nice.
think you did at the party, but thanks.
Stands out.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the idea. Nice car.
Yeah.
This is a normal conversation for Roxy. I can't think of an excuse to try and pierce the. Yes,
Her
Roxy
complimenting
likes
cars
cars.
is not out.
Certified subtle.
I mean, did all of you
Very
follow
subtle.
Roxy and Joe out?
Probably
Because-
not.
If
I
not,
was still
you
in the
would hearing
restaurant.
this conversation. Well,
I'm still negotiating my sale of business.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well, you can
Cynthia
Finalizing the terms.
stayed behind then just to make sure that Elena doesn't come back to nobody being there.
To buy new friends now on top of a business investment.
Does Cynthia have telepathy today? I don't remember.
Yeah,
Okay.
she switched back to telepathy telekinesis last time she saw Hecate.
Okay.
I will
Are
say
you
she's
listening
not,
to any of this?
Well, if Elena's not here, honestly, she might, because she might just be bored.
Yeah, you hear Roxy going, yeah, a Ford Custom with a V6 is actually pretty rare. It's weird that both Joe and Watchdog have that same car, and it's the exact same car.
Does Cynthia catch on to Roxy having actually made this connection, or is Roxy just like holding these two facts up and seeing if they fit together?
They are
You
the
can
same
tell that she's
picture.
amused as she's complimenting how his car stands out. That this is an
Okay.
intentional comment, which doesn't sound out of the ordinary for her, because she normally makes weird comments about people's cars.
Especially about cars.
So ambiguous as to whether or not she's figured it out.
Oh
from
no,
Cynthia's
you would
perspective.
get the idea that she knows and she's ribbing him, but it's the most subtle she's ever been in her life. Only
Cynthia's like
because it's not
simultane-
out of the ordinary for her to talk about cars like this.
Cynthia's simultaneously proud but also face palming.
So you actually say that out loud? Like to Joe?
The comment about the car.
Roxy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the comment about the car.
No, yeah, she would just say that it's a nice car and it really stands out. She likes
Oh,
this car.
so you don't specifically mention Watchdog then?
No,
Okay.
that was in her head.
That was the telepathy.
She's here.
It's Cynthia just being like, oh boy.
The chorus of Roxy's thoughts about the car and that they're
If you have a headache, I'm sure they have a first aid kit. And since I own the place, I think I own the first aid kit now.
Elena, never change.
Solved our lunch debacle.
Yes, you did. Thank you.
very creatively.
Now I have to go tell Jim we own another restaurant.
Do you need a ride home?
Imagine this is not the first time this has happened.
Not the first
No.
time. They seem to be profitable or they become profitable. So it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we're all done here.
All right. I parked over on the west lot. Head that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, stands out. I feel like that's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, no.
mentally, Cynthia, you're hearing the equivalent of like a cat playing a violin
Screaming.
as Joe's stress is just like winding up.
Roxy's like skipping along next to
Screaming.
Joe, like this is the best date ever.
Cynthia briefly considers telling him that she knows, but then she's like, nah, this is too funny.
It's funnier if he doesn't know that she knows. See how long she can keep this up.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, I'll let her have her fun.
The cat play with a mouse.
Yeah.
Oh, the
The
turntables.
mouse playing with the wolf. Yeah, she's just skipping alongside, chattering about cards and football and how she's so excited about joining the team. When I tryouts, I gotta go there. I suppose I need to try out, but I have no concerns that I won't make the team.
I don't know if we're doing any more tryouts. I mean, starting to get close to the start of the season.
That's fine. I'll just talk to the coach. It'll be fine.
I don't know how much you're gonna like Oleander, I'll be perfectly honest.
Why? What's wrong with Oleander?
No, nothing's wrong with him. It's just he's much more a tough love sort of guy, you know?
Roxy's gonna fight him.
If you can defeat the coach, you just automatically join the team.
Not
The
how
coach
that
is the final boss.
Well, like it's fine. Tough love is still love, right?
Yeah. At least it is to me.
It's fine. And when people are mean to me, they usually don't want to be mean to me again.
That sounds like a threat.
It's a promise.
It's both.
One way or another, it won't be great for them. Either I start crying and then they regret all of their life decisions, or or I argue in my Italian voice and
All right, just if you want to join the team, maybe don't piss him off. He is kind of in charge of deciding who's on it.
What if, hear me out now, Elena buys the team?
She can't do that. Right?
Want to bet? You should tell her that she can't do that.
I mean,
She's really good at proving people wrong.
I know her family's rich, but like,
They own
Are
the
they that
bank,
rich?
man.
oh
They are that rich.
boy. Maybe just don't mention any of that to her then.
Where you were challenging whether or not she could actually buy the team.
Yeah.
She is looking for something to do. Managing a team would give her a great outlet. We could redesign the uniforms. Oh my god.
No.
Natalie would have a
No.
field day.
Look, that blue's bad enough. I don't need anything else.
Oh, but it's so pretty. It would match my eyes, which is another reason that I should go on the team.
I mean, I guess it's not too bad. It's just not really my color, you know.
Yeah, you like
Sort of
red.
like picks his jacket a little bit. I'm more of a red guy.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I mean,
Red is
if
a
you-
great color for you.
Thanks. I mean, if you
Matches
wanted
your car.
actually, the car was supposed to match the rockets, so I think that's the other way around.
I just like my car is black. I just like it like that.
It's all
My
right.
bike is black. My car is black. It all matches. Goes with everything. I mostly wear black, so that might be my color. But I could do blue.
You do tend to add a lot of pops of color, I notice, with the bandanas and all.
Yeah, I like to add like a little red, a little blue, you know.
Not really my place, but I think you look good with the blue.
There's a disturbance in the force.
Okay.
It's the cat. He's having an existential crisis. I don't know if you can hear him having an existential
No.
crisis.
No.
It's very
He's
loud.
screaming?
Yes, he's screaming.
Don't hear a look of it.
Which means he's gonna go take a dump. But he doesn't have to tell everybody this.
Well,
All right, then.
But now you all know as well. You're welcome.
attention. Jesus.
I was just
Congratulations,
like,
stream.
He's the equivalent of 100 years old, so
I was just imagining going around like,
God.
I need to poop. I need to poop.
just go. Yep. Like an old man with a cane.
Or a toddler.
Yes.
Lisa, hold the door.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so the uniforms are pretty snappy, but I think I might have to get like, I'm not sure I would fit into all your jerseys. You're all pretty a lot bigger. Ooh, no, I don't like dresses, but you know, if I belted it, it could be like a jersey dress.
Generally you don't want to be wearing too much hard stuff like that, like a belt. And if somebody hits you wrong, that ends up going right into your abdomen and just messes things up.
You can make a bandana into a belt or do like a sashy type thing. Natalie could work it out.
Probably.
She's just under the assumption she's joining the team, so she's just skipping along, very excited.
God.
You're in the
did,
background looking
Did
perplexed.
Roxy take her paperwork? Does she have the paperwork with her?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Just checking.
She crinkled it up and put it in her back pocket.
Oh. Oh no. In that case, having seen that, I'm gonna retrospectively say that Cynthia grabbed two sets of forms. Because no, honey.
It's a good plan.
God.
Wait, so if Elena buys the team, can she just buy the team or does she have to buy the whole school?
I mean, I think the team is owned by the school, but we've got like sponsors and stuff.
Right. So if somebody sponsors enough percentage of the team, then they have to just do whatever she says.
I don't know if it works exactly like that, but I don't know.
That's how politics works.
I know
At least
I know
based
that's
on
kinda
what
how
I've
the
been
university
told.
works.
Yeah, whoever gives you the most money is in charge.
It's true.
I mean, Sam's dad kind of was on campus for a while. He was
Who's dad?
oh, my stepfather's.
Oh,
So I
okay.
guess my step grandpa.
Yeah.
He's something
Is he still alive?
somehow.
Oh, okay. Well, some people just subsist off of being awful.
That sounds about right for him.
Oh, well. Sounds like a miserable time.
Yeah.
Duda.
And
You don't
after
have
that,
to really deal with him, though, do you? Except for at holidays.
oh, not recently. I haven't had to deal with him a whole lot, but when I first got to college, he got a little nosy, decided to drop in. Used the fact that he supported the university to stick around.
That's unnecessarily invasive.
Yeah. But then,
Well-
that whole thing with the Red Suns and Watchdog happened, and he decided campus wasn't exactly safe for a guy of his age. Go figure.
Yeah, could get kidnapped. Unfortunately, no one would want to pay the ransom, so that would suck for him.
Uh, Joe laughs at that, and then he kind of like looks over his shoulder to see if anybody's listening.
Make sure we're not being watched. That's one way to get rid of him. I mean, Grandpa.
I guess, but he's Sam's dad, and I don't want to.
I'm not going to pretend to understand all the family dynamics with that. I guess if you ever want to not see him over the holidays, you could just go over to Henry's. Spend it with her family.
Maybe. I don't know. We did that one year, and I don't know, it was kind of weird. We kind of prefer to just have the holidays with each other.
I mean, that's an option too. What happened with the family? Why was it weird? You're a likable guy. What could you have
Yeah.
done to make them mad?
I don't think I did anything.
No, all right.
I think it's more just her family.
Ah,
But,
they're a little
I don't cry. I
overprotective.
don't cry. I don't know. I know some things aren't mine to say.
Oh, okay.
And then I would celebrate with my mom, but she's more interested in Sam and all that.
That's kind of weird.
It's fine. I get it.
I mean, I guess now that you're an adult, but
It is what it is. Me and Henry are enough.
when are you gonna pop the question, Joe? It's been what, like 5 years now?
He definitely stumbles with that. What?
Just wondering, just curious. 5 years is a long time.
Question, Cynthia, are you still paying attention to this conversation at all?
Unless it's gone out of range, I'd say yes.
I assume we've been walking, so
You're walking, we're walking.
Yeah.
So that the distance is against it. I'm familiar with you and I was already listening in, which is for it. So DM discretion. Or GM.
Let's flip a coin. Why not?
I was gonna say, just roll a die, evens and odds.
Yeah.
heads for thoughts, tails for none.
We'll do.
No thoughts, head empty.
Yes.
Well, we'll do even for thoughts, odds for head empty. Head empty. That's it.
Oh, dang.
I'm talking
Sorry.
to Elena then.
No secrets for you.
That's fine.
I
I'll find
will
him out
say-
eventually.
I will say, Roxy, you definitely see Joe just sort of avert his eyes, and he's just like, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, Rox, that's not really something I feel comfortable talking about, especially with you.
Okay.
Especially.
Ooh.
Like, nothing against you, just that's more our personal thing,
Sure.
Oh god, you weren't talking with Henry about that, were you? You were, weren't you? Okay. Alright. Yes. Yeah.
You're welcome.
But me and Henry we're fine. We're
Are
fine.
you?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay. Just saying. You were quick to say you're fine. Seems a little weird.
Well, that's because we're fine.
Pierce the mask.
Why
Pierce
are you
the
getting so
mask.
defensive there? Go ahead. Why are you being so defensive?
Yeah. It was just a question, Joe.
Someday one of us is gonna pierce a mask. It's statistically gonna
Well,
happen.
Everybody keeps on trying to pierce Joe's mask, and it just keeps on.
Watchdog did pierce Roxy's mask at one point, I believe.
Yeah, that's true.
And the other
So,
way around.
It's happened once.
There's
Happened a few times.
piercing. Let's see. Okay, so I'm not angry, so I don't have a -2. I do have influence, so I have a +1. And it's mundane, correct?
Correct.
That's great because Joe made sure that my mundane went up. So I have just enough to have a full success. So it's 10.
Yay.
Okay, you get to ask
That's
three questions.
All right, let's see here. How could I get your character to tell me the truth about what's going on with you and Henry?
Straight for the gut.
No kidding.
I only really need this one question.
I would say the only way for you to do that would be to make yourself absolutely trustworthy to him, which is not an easy thing to do, especially now for certain reasons. But if he could be 100% assured that what he tells you would hear no other ears, then he would.
In a year, when he finally finds out that Roxy knew he was Watchdog the whole time, trust accomplished.
I'll see how long
Yes,
that
in a
lasts.
year.
1 year.
You gotta wait until
Heel
he
trap.
opens up to you.
I'm gonna
Be
say
like,
one day.
I've known for a year, my man, and I didn't say a word.
What are you really planning to do? With Henry? Like, in relation to, like, your relationship.
Keep it together for now.
I like that you've set a very reasonable, realistic goal for yourself, because that's not really Joe's style.
That might be asking a whole lot of the current situation that you don't know about.
That's true. Roxy has no idea that that is going on. And if
I
she
have a-
did, she'd be like, ooh.
I have a very specific form of imagery depicting how I imagine Joe is feeling right now, but it is too spoilery, so I can't talk about it.
Shoot it to me. Shoot it to me over private messages. I got it.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, one more question.
I already have influence over you.
Correct.
What do you want me to do? I can guess this one. Just keep your fucking mouth shut, Roxy.
Stop talking.
That-
Goldberg.
Stop talking.
I'd say that you probably get the sense of there's a polite degree of hey, maybe don't get so involved with something directly personal to me, like Henry or my team. I suppose the best way to put it would be the equivalent of he feels his social space is a touch invaded.
I wonder why.
It's
It's a mystery.
He lets Reyes go to practice, so she's not gonna respect that one. But she will stop asking Henry about your relationship. However, she will not stop being Henry's friend. So.
Charlie. Yes.
Yeah, right? Right?
Yes. All right.
So accurate.
She just skips. She's like, all right, well, I'm sure I'll see you probably in the next couple weeks at practice.
Yeah. Guess I'll see you around.
Yeah.
And hey, if any of the guys give you crap, let me know. I'll talk with them.
Hold on a second here. Wait. Joe, I appreciate that you're being protective, but also I'm a big girl and I can handle things for myself.
Yeah, but I'm also their captain and QB, so if they don't listen to me, I can bench them. So
Yeah, but they're not gonna want me to be like running to big brother, dad figure of the team. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, snitches get stitches. I don't know if you've ever heard that, but
mm,
I personally don't
No.
want any stitches. But also, I'm pretty capable of like handling myself, I think. You know.
all right.
But I appreciate the sentiment and I appreciate that that's the way that you show love. So, love you too, Joe.
Love you too, Rox. I guess.
Worst little sister ever.
All right. Now bring it in.
All right, hugs before you go.
All right.
To bend down like a foot. All right. Have a good one. Be
You
safe.
too. Yeah.
Drive safe. Whatever. Be good to yourself and others.
Yeah.
See ya.
I'll I'm losing my brain. I'll catch you and Tony on the flip side.
Yeah. Hopefully soon. Don't be a stranger around the shop.
Yeah,
Unless
of
there's
course.
some reason you're being a stranger around the shop. Anyways, see you later.
Okay.
Zoom.
Alrighty.
As she leaves, Joe is just kind of sitting there, just like, I should never have driven my stupid car. Okay. Just remember, if she asks, we have a story.
Oh, there's a story.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
Too bad she can't read minds. She wants to ask about this story.
What's the story you're gonna tell me if I confronted you with the truth?
What's
do
the
actually have-
terrible lie you're gonna try to pull on me?
Joe actually does have a prepared lie in case Roxy directly asks.
Oh no.
Aren't we impressed that she hasn't yet?
I am.
Yes, definitely.
Literally asks him about everything else in his life.
And then I will head back to my dorm because I need to prepare a couple things and I eventually need to talk with Cynthia, but other things can happen before that.
All right. The two of you can head on your way. Is Cynthia and Elena doing anything specific? Just gonna drop Elena off?
Going home.
As they're walking back, Cynthia was gonna ask Elena how she's feeling in general. Any more weird feelings? Getting teleported to alternate universes?
I think I feel fine. I'm not sure how you're supposed to feel after that.
I think that's
But-
reasonable.
Other than that, I think everything is fine. College
Okay.
seems interesting.
Do you have thoughts on a major?
I don't know. She's just gonna like kind of look up at the sky. Something that gets me into the room with the giant telescope.
I mean, you could always look into whether or not they have like open hours. Sometimes they might let community members in.
I didn't think of that. I just offered to buy it.
The
Hmm.
whole university, solve all of our problems.
Well, here's something that could help. Maybe if you are getting into the college and you want to speed that along with donation, instead of just buying the telescope, maybe ask the astronomy department what they need. This equipment's not cheap. I
That's
imagine
true.
it could go a long way with that.
That's what Henry said. Very expensive equipment.
Yes. I mean, arguably their stuff's pretty different from what we use in Catherine's lab, but still pricey.
Maybe astronomy, maybe I don't know. There's a lot of requirements. She'll like flip through the pamphlet. She's like, I have to take so many things. It's a foreign language. I am fluent in 2 languages. Why do I need a third?
Do they have an option for you to test out?
Probably. I haven't sat down and read everything tonight.
All right. How's Natalie?
Planning something this sequence, so I wouldn't show your face around it for a while.
I appreciate the heads up. I will not.
If it's for Roxy, though, I'm going to bring it to the shop. I think that would be funny.
Do you think Roxy would wear sequins?
Once if I asked nicely. And then never again.
Good for the joke.
Then
I
it would
can
get
see it.
conveniently destroyed.
Weird how that
Hmm.
keeps happening to things.
What about like a grenade, but it's full of sequins? So you could probably distract someone pretty easily that way.
Like the glitter grenade.
Yeah. Glitter explosive.
Explosives aren't our wheelhouse, but they're yours, so I will see what I can do. With
No, I
obtaining
just-
the
I'm just spitballing. You can put all sorts of weird things in an exploding capsule.
shrink Sylvia down and put her in a capsule to expedite her.
Throw her
in-
at somebody and then
Mhm.
she breaks out and fucks
Mhm.
them up. I love it.
burst into glitter.
That tracks. She is kind of a walking glitter bomb. Then, yeah. We'll get you home and then figure it out. I've got a pile of research to get through.
I have school to apply to. There's a
And
deadline, apparently. We'll have to
that-
remind the Roxys there's a deadline.
Sify pulls out the spare form, or I can just fill it out for her. I know how to forge her signature.
It's not hard. It's like
It's like
Doubly
trust-
easy.
partner
day and
wrote
age.
it in all capital letters.
Big R,
Yeah.
X, E, M, scribbles.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know how some people do hearts over like their eyes?
Yeah.
Wait, there's no I in it. It's like ROXY, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if there was an I in it, I'd be like, instead of a heart, it's just like a fist punching something.
It's just a skull.
I love that too.
Oh, I like just a skull.
Yeah.
Just make the O a skull.
Oh, that's
Or-
true.
It's true.
Ooh, I like
Okay.
it. I like it.
Or you
Works
could
for
like
me.
combine.
She spends the
O
most
and
time
X into,
making
like,
the
eyes of
skull. The rest of it's just
Ooh, I like it.
Mm.
ooh.
But yeah, then Cynthia gets Elena home and then heads back and resumes research on Rook Labs and whatever the hell happened to Elena.
I will say, on the drive to the small estate, you catch wind of a small little bit of like a ruckus. Nothing obviously. No buildings are coming down or anything, so it's not a super powered event. But you do this door to a store is just kind of like thrown open, and actually causes the glass on the front of it to crack a little bit, and this woman just like turns and shouts behind her and says, well, if that's how you're gonna treat your customers, then you can have your stupid products back, and like throws this plastic bag down at the door and starts to like walk off in a huff.
Wait, the storefront shattered?
The glass on the door, like the store door, cracked. It was pretty close to shattering.
Okay. What store is this?
Looks like a cosmetic store.
Definitely unusual.
It wasn't Roxy.
It was not.
Yeah. Did I recognize the woman at all?
She looks familiar. Has a close resemblance to Rampage.
Oh boy.
Please tell me that Rampage has an evil twin.
Shit. Fuck. Fuck. I'm not in costume.
Nope.
Okay, so just one more time. She
Threw
stormed
open
out,
the door. Yep.
threw open the door. The glass cracked but did not quite break.
Right.
Threw the bag back and was like, keep your products.
Basically.
All right. I'm gonna turn back to Elena and say, dealer's choice. We can't go after her and out of costume like this, but we can check on the store or we can follow her, or both if you feel like splitting up.
Well, the store's still standing, so probably just follow her. I think if there was more troubles, the store would not be standing.
It's just usual reaction. I want to know what happened.
What's the store name? It's a
We
cosmetic
can
store.
just call them later and ask them what happened.
That's true. All right.
Go in tomorrow. I'll go in tomorrow and I will ask them. Oh, I was walking by and saw something.
So I feel like Cynthia is the kind of person to keep a spare costume on her, but I'm not sure if Elena is that kind of person.
She has probably started keeping an extra mask after she had to cover her face in grease.
Okay.
So at the very least, I have a mask.
Cynthia's gonna pull into an alley and check for cameras and then say,
It's the 1950s. There are no cameras.
There are no cameras.
Unless it's convenient to have cameras.
I keep forgetting what setting we're in.
Well, it's fine. Look, low security.
It's fine.
Ooh.
It's really hard to figure out people's identity.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find a nearby
you're Roxy.
turnoff into the underground tunnels while trying to keep a telepathic bead on the woman who looks like Rampage so we can follow her underground.
Okay. So are you just trying to follow through the tunnels instead of like stopping to try and change and head back up?
For now, we're just in the tunnels.
Okay.
Yeah, I might no, I want to follow her first. I don't want to lose her.
Okay. You can head into the tunnels, and yeah, I'd say once after initially like watching her storm out and knowing she was there, it was pretty easy to just mentally latch onto her, and there's a lot of cursing and frustration, but she's storming down the sidewalk, but she's not running or anything, so it's pretty easy to follow along. And
are there any stray thoughts about why she stormed out of the store?
there's picking up some hints like I can't believe they're so judgy towards their customers, like just because of the way I look, they're gonna make fun of me for buying their products, and you think they'd have a little bit more consideration for the people that serve their fucking country.
Okay.
Be Rampage.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. That's Rampage.
Cynthia has a spare thought of showing up later at that store and beating up the people there. She's not going to do that though, because she wants to make sure that nothing is in immediate danger, including Rampage not being in immediate danger.
Yeah, you can keep following her, and I'd say you
probably get over towards the I think it's a bit of a meandering path. Like she's originally heading towards the east side, or not the east side, sorry, the west side where all of the warehouses and stuff are, but then makes a bit of a hard turn and starts heading towards the like southeastern side of the city where the bay is.
Okay.
So there's probably a point where you, because of the way she is navigating, you're stuck between surfacing or keep like having to keep heading west or backtracking.
Okay. Turning to Elena, I was gonna say, this isn't my work bike, so my plan would be to change into costume and surface here.
Yeah,
Is that cool with you?
works.
All right, you got your spare mask?
Yep.
All right, then Cynthia's gonna quick change into her Echo costume. And we're leaving the bike down here. Despite this being the civilian bike, it does also have interesting security measures because paranoia.
Okay.
And we're gonna surface.
Yeah, you can do that. You're probably in the process of changing and everything, fell several blocks behind Rampage, but still have the mental beat on her and can like just barely see her in the distance between the buildings and the cars, so you can maintain the general direction of where she's headed.
Okay. You good with rooftops?
And just fly.
That's what yeah. Takes off.
Okay. As you
She
track,
doesn't seem like she's doing anything like villainous, so we're probably Cynthia's plan isn't to get too close, just to kind of like get a general bead on what's going on in the area.
okay, you keep tracking her, and she at one point accidentally like bumps into someone else on the street, and you can just hear very like curt sorry, where she's obviously not like totally experiencing remorse in that moment because of everything else that was going on, but and you probably catch that the other person is also grumbling like, oh god, what's up with her, why is it's got her in such a bad mood. But eventually make it to the edge of the buildings near the bay, and can without immediately coming down, you watch as she continues to like cross the street and head over onto the small beach, and walks pretty close to the water before she stops and takes a deep breath, and then just kind of drops down and sits in the sand, legs like heels planted in the sand, so her knees are bent, and just has her like elbows propped up on her knees, so she's staring out across the bay.
That's fair. It's the middle of the day, right?
Yep. Probably like mid-afternoon at this point, between the tour and lunch, and just generally following her.
All right. Turning to Elena, says, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of just want to go talk to her. Seems like she's having a rough day, but I know you have places to be.
That's fun. I don't really have anywhere else to go right now. To be home at some time, but it's like noon.
That's true. All right, so what Cynthia's going to do is touch down on the beach far enough away where Rampage would be able to see her approaching, not walking in a particularly threatening way.
So I imagine you head down the block a little bit and then get down, so you like walk onto the sand, so you're heading towards like get within line of sight of her as you approach,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Trying to very clearly not sneak up on her.
Okay. Yeah. I'd say you probably get within 15-20 feet of her before she notices, and I think it still takes her a little off guard, where her head whips around and she looks at you, but and she tenses a little bit just at having someone she doesn't immediately recognize approach, but relaxes a little bit when she sees your costume. Yes, Crow?
Is there anyone else on this beach?
There's
It's summer.
There are like a few people farther down, and it's more so a lot of people are on the docks.
Okay.
It's not since it is the middle of the day on a Monday, it's not as packed as it would be on a weekend.
That's true. That's true. It is a Monday.
It's also an industrial area, so I assume it's more like docks, like not for swimming, but for like
more fishing.
Yeah, fishing type stuff. Then
so it's almost like a Santa Monica setup where it's like all the entertainment's on the pier and then they're on like the beach below that.
Pretty close to that, yeah. Definitely not as much of a setup as like Santa Monica is with
a rogue sea lion appears.
I am just sitting here wondering if someone's like, oh hey, there's a couple of superhero wins going to talk to that random woman.
Maybe.
They could just be weirdos wearing masks. You never know.
True. I didn't mean to interrupt too much. I was just like, are they just doing this in like the middle of a crowd?
It's just
basically
steps over someone that's like sunbathing.
Yeah.
Someone
Get
sits up
wrecked.
and like lifts their sunglasses.
Echo
Watches
puts them back down and keeps walking.
Okay, I can imagine. Okay, I love that too much. I want to say there's just like this weird spherical space of emptiness around Rampage, but then like isolated groups of people.
Jeez.
A solid imagery, like intentionally. It wasn't like Rampage sat down and everyone was like, ugh, and then moved away.
Found an empty space.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cynthia's gonna get about 5 or so feet away and just sit down. In full costume in the sand.
It's
Vibes.
fine. I mean, I imagine there's like, that's a pretty solid, like, one piece bit of spandex where there's not really gonna be sand getting in there.
It's designed so particulates of all sorts cannot get in.
Elena's just gonna float over the sand. She's got heels on. It's not
Valid.
worth it, man.
Heels versus combat boots.
You need at least wedges.
Oh my god.
These are not heels, sand stable heels.
Nope.
So Cynthia looks over, kind of like has her knees sort of propped up, props her elbow on it, looks over. It's just a weird effect given like the full face mask that's just like inky darkness in the hood. It says,
"Hello, darkness, my old friend."
"You seem like you could be having a better day."
There's a lot of days that could be better days, but
That's
sure.
true.
Go with that. You need something?
Not particularly. It's more going to ask if you needed something. Given the one of the many days that could be better.
She flexes her hands a little bit and like one at a time on both, like simultaneously on both hands, like pretty much like cracks every knuckle, then just like I imagine more like this, just like one at a time before letting her fingers relax, and says, well, still have several people I would like to see 6 feet under, but you know, we're, per our agreement, trying not to do that.
Question above the table. So last we spoke, it was waiting for them to get in contact with us, and Cynthia hadn't quite given her details yet on who to contact for underground stuff.
Right. More so that she still would like to see a few people out of the world and is
Okay, yeah.
not acting on those desires.
Well,
Needs an
For what it's
outlet for
worth.
some frustration.
what it's worth, we appreciate it. Don't know if it's your sort of thing, but when the people I know tend to get a little more frustrated, they throw a few broken cars around. Junkyards tend to be good for that kind of thing. Helps get some stress out in the short term, if not the long term. How far do you think you could throw a car if you were to just toss it into the ocean from here? Definitely not because I want to see that.
Well, probably pretty far. I like flung a couple of tanks around, so
Oof.
I imagine like cars are fairly
A
lighter
little
than
lighter.
those.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty impressive.
I know.
Yeah. We haven't spoken since, but if you still have an interest in my contacts, I can point you in that direction. Could be a start towards working towards some more long-term goals.
If I wasn't still interested, things wouldn't have been as quiet as they were.
Understandable, but it's always polite to ask. And Cynthia will pull out some paper and write down some numbers. Hand that over.
Rampage will look over the numbers and carefully fold up the piece of paper and tuck it into the inside pocket of her jacket.
Do me a favor and memorize those and destroy that before too long.
She pulls it back out and reads over it. Probably 2-3 minutes later, pulls out a lighter and folds it back up and lights the piece of paper on fire and watches it as it burns to ash.
Ashes to ashes. I'm sure you can understand the value in not wanting to be found by certain people.
Yes, I can. I also understand the necessity for being discreet with sensitive information.
Speaking of which, how is your friend?
Pissed.
Fair? But I've noticed a notable lack of weather-related destruction lately.
That would be because he's under house arrest.
Ah!
I was hoping she'd cool off by now.
Not the case?
No.
Shit. What do you think you're going to do about it?
I don't know. I have an idea of what might need to be done, but Haven't decided.
I get that. It's difficult to be at cross purposes with people, especially when you're close to them.
Especially when you ultimately have the same goal.
Yeah. Yeah. And Echo kind of just like looks back over her shoulder at the city and just everything in it. Place is a hellhole, really, but so.
Lots of places are. You just gotta carve out your little bit of sanctuary.
Rarer than it should be. It's the people more than the place. And then she's just gonna stand up. If you need anything, you know my number.
Yep.
If she doesn't have anything else, Echo's gonna head out.
She just goes back to staring out at the ocean, at the bay.
Can I do like a retroactive pierce the mask for that conversation?
Sure.
Let's see. My mundane is shit, so
All you gotta do is roll
purpose.
high.
Yeah, it's so
roll
easy.
high. Yeah, just
It's
roll
easy.
high.
Let's do that one.
Mm,
Just roll better.
that
Yeah.
one is even lower.
Oops.
With the -2, that is a 2.
We said do better.
Yeah, we should roll high.
I tried so hard, guys.
I
You got
know.
so far.
But I am one check away from completing my potential track again.
Bree, I am so sorry. It feels like you're failing every roll.
I also
So much
take grow
potential.
closer to the team at the end of pretty much everyone just because I'm racking up potential squares.
That's true.
Mhm.
I'm gonna switch dice though.
Seems wise.
You should. Those ones sound cursed.
Yes.
They did pretty well a few episodes back, but
I will
It
send
turned
you some
against you.
freshly blessed ones if you wish to give me your address.
maybe I'm going to play with one moss dice and something else. Don't know yet.
Moss and stone.
I don't actually have any. Oh, I do have. I have like some gemstone die, but they roll terribly.
Yeah, gemstones typically roll pretty terribly because
I have them for the aesthetic, to be fair.
they are for
Usually.
their aesthetic dice, not really for using.
Do you have any with the mushrooms?
Oh.
Ooh.
Mushroom dice are great.
I want some, but I don't. I do have little pond themed ones.
Those would be good.
Summer.
My
Oh,
next
nice.
suggestion would be frogs.
Yes.
Do you have any with frogs?
I do still have some that have like little koi in them somewhere.
That'll work.
I got some
like
koi
that.
fish dice here.
Pond
too.
vibes.
I make a lot
Yeah.
of koi fish dice. I don't know why, but I do.
They're cute.
Because they look
They are
good.
cute.
Yeah, so I've
Alrighty.
got moss and pond. It's a vibe.
Perfect.
I like it.
All right.
In any case.
Ta-da!
All right.
If there's nothing from Elena, I'll drop her off. Head back to the penthouse.
Nothing new.
Okay.
I am gonna, for the numbers that I gave Rampage, I am gonna reach out to the associated people and let them know that there may be incoming or may not. You know how these things work.
Yes. Okay. They all appreciate the heads up. So they're just not like, oh God, we have to change our numbers now.
I imagine there are several sets of burner numbers.
It's still a little more difficult to set up in this day and age.
Yeah.
So Best not to have any sort of inconvenience.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else from other members of the team?
Roxy goes and finishes up the car. But she'll tell Tony, hey, Tony, guess who I spent the morning with?
Wasn't it your friends? What are you
And
doing?
Joe.
Tony was there when we made
Oh.
those plans. He was drunk,
Yeah.
though, so
She forgot that he knew.
Okay.
Yeah. He said
Did you
he
give
was
me a
gonna...
cap?
Yeah. She'll throw him a cap.
Puts it on.
And-
It's like,
And a t-shirt. She got him a t-shirt too.
oh, nice.
it
Bonus
matches.
shirt.
Yeah, it matches the cap. Also, it can replace one of the ones that I made into a crop top when we were in high school. I might owe you a few
Happens
t-shirts
in
from
multiple
that.
shirts.
Not like I'm not used to it at this point.
Aw. So yeah, Joe said he was going to come by more often, which is good. I'm probably going to join his football team. Good. And we decided we're all going to go to college.
But what? You were gone for like a couple hours. Was there some like sort of motivational counselor there? Who'd you
Nah.
talk to?
We went to the football practice and the guys kept running into the goalposts because they were staring at Sylvie, or whatever.
Did they do anything weird?
I mean, they're football players. What is normal for that? I don't know. Poor Joe was trying to keep them in line, but they were gawking a lot. I don't think they get a lot of female visitors at the practice. Anyways.
I mean, probably not at practice, but there's always the cheerleaders.
That's true.
At the games.
Elena was thinking of joining the cheer squad. Sylvie's thinking about it. I'm definitely going to join the football team. And Cynthia just seemed to be really amused with the whole situation. So
I feel like that's on brand for Cynthia.
I think she was just happy for us all, figuring out what we want to do with our lives.
Music is accurate.
that's it. Nothing else.
It's nice that you have a good support system.
Yeah. Well, they're all pretty great. Joe's a pretty great person too. He was like, if they give you any trouble at practice, tell me and I'll deal with it. And I was like, thank you. I appreciate that. But also I'm very capable of dealing with things myself.
Yeah, that sounds like something he'd do.
Really?
Yeah. To get defensive of the people he cares about.
How does it get defensive of you?
He tries. I don't let him.
That's good for you, Tony. You can deal with your own problems. You don't need any of that. And she pulls out a crinkled piece of paper with Sylvie's favorite cookies on there. And she has an alternate piece of paper with everybody else's favorite cookies on there.
So do you
Look,
give him both
God.
pieces of
I did-
paper?
No, I give him one piece of paper. But look, Tony, I did so good. I told him my mom was going to make them cookies. So I took down everybody's favorite cookies.
That's real good. That's real
Did
good.
Roxy
Rox.
know whose was whose?
Yes.
get
Elena's
jealous?
was what? Like they were like lemon,
Ah, like a spiced cookie.
a spiced cookie. Okay.
Did you
I
get
don't
Joe's? I
remember
don't
what-
think you asked Joe's.
No,
He was
he didn't.
hitting.
This was while we were brunching next to the
he
football
was
practice.
he was
I think.
he,
yeah.
he was hitting the other football players. She just assumes he likes peanut butter cookies. Obviously. She already knows his favorite cookie. She doesn't need to ask. It will be
Yeah, me
strange
too.
for him when she shows up with his favorite cookie and she doesn't know. You don't know how she found out, but
You assume you got it right.
Only time will tell.
She's confident that he likes anything with peanut butter in it. So
You're not wrong there, but also that doesn't necessarily mean that's his favorite kind of cookie.
That's a future conversation.
yeah. Challenge accepted.
Now, the next time we're invited for dinner, now we have pre-made drama.
Ooh.
It's fine. What if she realizes that she didn't take down your favorite cookie? Then she's gonna call you, and then you're gonna get Roxy phone calls constantly because she'll ask Tony for your number, and then see, this is gonna be more of a problem for you than it is for Roxy. Anyways, so yeah, I asked Tony why he hasn't been around a lot, and he really didn't answer. He was really deflecting. I feel like there's a lot of deflecting going on, Tony.
It's fine. It's fine.
That's weird. That's what he said about him and Henry. It doesn't seem fine. Nothing seems fine.
Look, you don't need to worry about whatever's going on with me and Joe. Well,
I'm just saying, if you need to talk about it, I'm here.
I know you are, Rox, and I will keep that in mind.
Also, I think I forgot to ask his favorite cookie now that I'm looking at the list. So, do you have his number so I can call him?
The point of asking about the cookies was so I would know Sylvie's favorite cookie.
Right, but it'll be suspicious if, like, I ask everybody's favorite cookie and never show up with them.
Got him there.
You know what you could say is that
It'll blow my cover, Tony.
but Joe's big on the football team, so they gotta be careful with the sweets.
What?
Oh no, this is how she quits.
What do you mean?
They gotta be careful about what they eat.
Why? It's not wrestling. They don't weigh in beforehand, do they?
Gosh.
They gotta be careful about how much muscle they build. If they have too much sugar, they're gonna lose the muscle. It's different for people who aren't super strong, Roxy.
It is? All right.
Yeah. Their power comes from their muscle. You don't have to rely on muscle.
Not really, no.
So they gotta be careful about what they eat.
Yeah. Anyways, he seemed really excited about me joining the football team, so.
Yeah, I bet he was, Roxy. I bet he was.
I'm excited for joining the football team.
Oh my god.
I know you are.
I'm so
sure you're
good
gonna
at
do
football.
great.
I don't think I can play baseball anymore because I feel like if I pitch again, I might break the catcher's arm, and that would be bad. So I don't want to do that.
You could always be the catcher instead of the pitcher.
That's true.
That's a good point. But catchers also have to throw the ball.
Yeah, but usually when the catcher has to throw the ball, it's a lot less time sensitive.
That's
so you
true.
can
That's
you
true.
can relax and be like, all right, I don't need to put this much power behind it. I just need to lob it a couple feet to get it to the pitcher.
That's a good point, because I was going to say the same problem with the outfield. If I would have played outfield, if I would have played the field, same problem.
You can't play the field, Roxy, with the donuts. You can't play the field. It's not a good look.
Wait, what are we talking about? We all have the same uniforms.
My god.
Are you talking about dating? Because I feel like I would look great playing the field. But
Oh my
everybody would be
God.
informed. Everybody would know about each other. And I would just be a baller.
Well, then I guess that makes it okay.
I mean, everybody would
That's
be
not
okay
really
with
playing
it
the
and
field then.
informed.
That's just just dating everyone. So you're not playing anymore. Everyone's in the know.
It's called a polyamorous relationship, Tony.
Poly omelet relationship.
I think
Polyamory.
it's polyamory. Amory.
Oh no.
Amory. All right. Polyamory. Whatever. We'd make a cute polycule with me and Elena and Cynthia and whatever, Just saying.
Well, I'm happy for the three of you.
Whatever. Anyway.
Have you told Ma yet? She's gonna want to throw a dinner.
God.
I haven't even told them yet, Tony. Let's pump the brakes.
All right. I'm just saying they'll be like ready to be welcomed into the family. That's it.
If you throw a party, if you tell Ma before I tell them, I will be so upset.
I
Tony,
won't
I
go
will
behind
move your car and you will find it on the roof somewhere.
I won't go telling Ma behind your back.
All
Oh,
right.
God.
Because otherwise,
Listen,
I'm going to tell her that you're dating Sylvie and make it equally awkward for you.
Hey, we're not quite as much as I'd like to be there with her.
Sylvie's already like basically family. She's hanging out with Uncle Paulie, today. She's also going to go to college. Yeah. We're all going to go to college. They said I could probably engineer or like be an engineer.
Yeah, that'd probably be good for you.
That. Or I could take journalism, sports journalism with Joe, keep him company in class.
Do you want to be a journalist? You want to go right for the papes?
I mean, I could be a journalist because then we could get on top of like stories like, bad press and stuff. If I was part of the press, we could get on top of press. Just saying.
Yeah, wait.
I'm also very discreet and would make a great investigative reporter.
I think you might be a little too direct to be an investigative reporter.
Okay, then I could be like that those people that ask like the hard questions to people,
When you're like, you just slam your hand down on the table and you're like, cut the bullshit.
Yeah, like, I should be a lawyer.
Or a detective.
Ooh, a detective.
You
I
could be like
only-
a private eye
Ooh.
where you don't have to like work with the police or anything because fuck
Go to
pigs.
school for criminology. That's a good point. I think I got to get my generals out of the way first, but
Probably.
there's time to figure out what I want to do with the rest of my life. I mean, I do like fixing cars. This is a lot of fun too, but and also I don't know if you'll want another employee or whatever. I can still work here part-time. I'll probably go to school part-time, just enough to be on the football team. That's what I really want to do. Maybe I could go pro football.
Hey, wouldn't that be something? You'll be getting all kinds of press that way.
Yeah. I think Joe's already the quarterback, so I don't think I could be a quarterback. But, there's probably a good, like I could make a good offensive lineman or like a defensive tackle.
Just as long as you don't go breaking any bones,
I'll be gentle with the boys.
Yeah. Don't snap
We
them
know-
like twigs.
We know they're fragile. It's fine. Tony, like, all right, whatever.
Well, I mean, I'm not fragile. I've been going to
I
the
know
gym and
you're
eating my
not fra-
protein, so
I know you're not fragile. You eat lots of steak and you go to the gym a lot. Also,
I'm
you
gonna
know
make
how to
some
talk
cookies,
about
and
your
then he
feelings,
snatches.
except for apparently when they're about Joe. But
he says, and I'm gonna go bake some cookies and snatches the paper out of your hand and like runs upstairs to the apartment.
all right, Mr. Cooper's car's all ready. You want me to call him?
Yeah,
And
sure.
Close up.
Thanks.
Yep. Roxy calls Mr. Cooper and lets him know that his car is done.
Okay.
And that she left him a little surprise. She souped up that car.
He will be by in the morning to pick it up.
Perfect.
Had the stag poop in the back seat.
Oh my god. But I think that is a good place to take a break. And we can pick up with whatever this is.
Whatever the fuck is going on.
Yep.
I'd give Watchdog laser eyes, but they only work on a full moon. So it just doubles down the full moon.
Okay, I'm just imagining like looking at the moon and letting
He
out
can
the
like turn
woo
it on
then
and
the
off when he
laser eye.
wants. It's not like Cyclops that's always
Oh
on.
my god.
No, it should be though, because I have to be excused from class on the full
The
moon.
watchdog.
He already has to
Anxiety.
be excused on a full moon, but now he can do laser eyes.
God. Well,
Keep everything the same
So-
except
you heard
our
it here
lasers.
first, folks.
That was the first thing was
Laser
laser
eye
eyes.
werewolf.
I just had to figure out who.
Oh my god.
Objectively,
All of
I
us.
think Watchdog is the funniest answer because a werewolf
is.
running around with laser eyes is just
Yes.
And the imagery is great. I can't.
excellent.
Yes.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
I fully support this AU happening at some point. I don't know how.
Yes.
Okay, with this AU though, I'm then hyper aware of all my faults on a full moon with just laser,
laser
eyes
eyes.
shooting all over the place.
And I might be able to time travel.
Elena's
Fucking time to
like
make this reality not
time
happen.
travel to not the full moon. So I don't have to do with the things. Laser
She
eye
just
wolf.
skips every full moon.
I've
Nobody
seen the
knows where
future.
she goes.
Bye.
It's horrible. Okay. Oh my lord.
Well,
We're a mess.
Now that-
I will transmute the lasers into water, so he's just constantly crying instead to fit the anxiety.
This poor dog.
I'm not crying, my eyes are just sweating.
I'm not crying. You just it's supposed to be lasers, but I got transmuted.
Because I can't have anything cool.
Oh my god.
man.
Okay.
Oh.
This energy is only gonna get worse. I am
Yep.
positive.
Still up for the dinner then? Even after?
I'm going to the dinner. I don't know if everybody else will, but I'm going. Mom will probably hunt them down, find them, and drag them to dinner. So that's really on them if they don't want to show up. Mom's scary when she wants stuff, so that's really on
She
them.
and she put a lot of work into this dinner. So
Yeah.
she
And you really don't want to disappoint her. That's the scariest thing. Like, if she's disappointed, that's like the worst thing you could ever do to her. Like, I'd rather her
That's- I
yell at
think-
me and drag me around by my ear than
It's, I don't know if it's disappointing her that's the worst thing or insulting her food because that's also really bad. She doesn't like that.
yeah. No, but that just makes her angry. That doesn't make her like disappointed. I feel like this for me, the disappointment is the problem. When she's angry, I know how to deal with that. But I would never insult her food because her food is amazing.
No, I know you wouldn't, and neither would I or anyone else in the family. But
Or anybody who
I'm
has
just
taste buds with
remember
sense.
the block party,
Oh yeah. Ah,
the potato salad. That was the rough one.
oh yeah. Well,
Deviled eggs were everywhere.
yeah, they were. The good old food fight of 1947.
The food fight of 7.
The block food fight of 1947.
Never forget.
Yeah. Remember when she got deviled eggs in Mrs. Cooper's hair? That was funny.
It's all about the soup.
We
That
love
was
Maria.
So, question for all of you.
42.
That is an answer.
Leave meeting.
Is there anything like in the immediate future that your characters would want to do? Like, are you going to just focus on researching Rook Labs? Are you going to do anything about calamities for public image? Have other things you would like to do, or is this a good time where we can have a bit of a time skip?
There is one thing I wanted to do, but
Okay.
I have talked so much in the past few sessions. If anyone else wants to do anything, go ahead first.
Roxy was going to go home. She was going to pick up Cynthia's favorite takeout on her way home and like get some flowers or something. They're not as impressive as Sylvie's, but she felt bad that she just left Cynthia hanging and didn't really like tell her I'm coming back or anything. So
when you get back to the penthouse, Cynthia's out on the balcony and has an easel set, like an art painting easel kind of set up, and is it's not good, but she looks like she's having fun.
that's good. While she's doing that, Roxy just sets the table and like pours some wine and whatever.
She's trying to connect with Sarah.
Yeah.
Aww.
My lamp
What?
is
Anyone else just hear that?
Whoa!
Go slam. Go slam.
This apology dinner is going a different way than we
Hey,
thought.
Don't worry about it.
Hello.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yes.
Marvin Gaye, who was not popular yet, playing in the background, and we don't know where the music is coming from. Elena's playing it from the future.
Yes.
Oh
my God.
Is that going to be the canonical reason we can't get the timeline right half the time? Is that Elena's pulling things in from the future by accident?
Yes.
Probably.
I love it.
Sounds right. Elena likes to cause quiet chaos.
Mild chaos.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can have a nice reunion back at the penthouse.
Mm-hmm. Roxy, apologies for walking out and void kitty, void human.
One sec, I have been accosted.
I was going to say, it seems like there was a frantic cat wrangling there.
Yeah.
There was
Like
a cat attack.
Rue disappeared. What's happened?
I knew cats were fey. But yeah.
I'd say Cynthia's a little bit frosty at first, but she does let her back in, and I imagine they work shit out.
Mm-hmm.
He gives her back the now actually repaired communicator if she wants it.
Thank you. And maybe I've been thinking about what you have been saying. I think less about what Natalie has been saying about my outfits. But
I hear Natalie's thinking about sequins for your outfit, so.
right? Oh no.
Immediate indigestion. I know how Joe feels.
There's a disturbance in the force. Natalie has sequins.
I love it.
Roxy just gets like a pained expression that you oftentimes see on Watchdog's face.
Oh.
Rarely on Roxy's. That's it right there, the sequins. But I was thinking, you said you have durable fabric. Maybe we could like come up with a costume for me. Then I have like an official costume. Of course, we might have to deal with the PR disaster that is calamity right now.
I
Or
mean,
completely rebrand. Those are the options.
if we change your costume, they never got visual ID on who it was.
No one could ever
rebrand.
possibly know.
Hmm.
Calamity becomes the first cryptid.
Oh my
Halcyon
God.
City.
Oh, I'm
Sounds
sure
right.
Sasquatch is a thing by now.
I figure you've been out heroing,
That's
and
why I said of Halcyon City.
you just in like the motorcycle helmet and stuff, and cops haven't come for you yet. So I talked to Rampage recently, actually.
Oh, you did? How was she doing?
She's frustrated, but more or less okay. She's got her friend on house arrest. Not sure what that means in this context. I could guess, but put her in contact with some people I know.
That's good.
We'll see what comes of that, but I get the impression this is going to blow up sooner or later.
Maybe we should go talk to Tempest now that she's house arrested and contained.
I got the impression she had not calmed down.
So, you know what helps my mom calm down?
Alcohol?
Whiskey.
I'm not sure she'd take any of that from us. I'm of a mind to just let it lie until something happens, because
That's fine. Rampage can kind of judge the situation, and if she needs help, she can ask for help.
I wouldn't say I exactly trust Rampage, but I don't think there's a good option here.
I think I trust Rampage a little more than the rest of you, but that's okay. What?
Oh,
Yeah, I trust her a little more than the rest. Like,
I interpreted that as you trust Rampage more than you trust the rest of the team, and I
no,
was
no,
confused
no,
for a
no,
second there.
absolutely not. No,
Compared
I
to how
trust-
much everyone else trusts
Yeah.
Rampage, Roxy trusts her a little more.
Yeah, like one standard deviation. I don't know that word, but Roxy doesn't know that word. 1/4 more. I don't
Oh my
know.
God. Oh, jeez.
About that much more.
I
But
getcha.
you know, I don't know.
We'll figure it out
What if
eventually.
if she's locked up, we just bring Grandpa Les to be a safe distance away and make a talk to him.
Roxy? Look,
He can be a super therapist. We could come up with a whole superhero identity for him. It would be great.
I love that you're close to your family. But if I have to be around Grandpa Les for more than 10 minutes, I will throw something. Probably a table.
You don't have to be there, but really you should probably spend some time with him. Not that you're not well adjusted. It's just that you throw things.
I know I'm not well adjusted. I just don't want to change that.
Okay, that's fine. You know what? That's fine. Change is really something that you need to make a choice about. So I respect your decision not to change.
Maybe someday.
It's fine.
Probably with somebody who's not him.
You know, whatever works for you. Whatever works for you is fine. I support you. If breaking and entering is how you want to cope, that's fine too. I'll help you do it.
But the main point is I don't entirely feel comfortable with the risk of exposing more of your family connections to, well, mostly Tempest.
What if we did it on speakerphone?
That
Did it exist in the 50s?
no,
Damn
there
it.
wasn't speakerphone.
Unless you just like shout through a landline.
No, you can have like those radio things. There's radio.
I just don't think it's going to end well. Her friend can't talk her into it. We can't talk her into it. I don't think somebody she doesn't know is going to be able to talk her into it.
Well, we could put some whiskey in his soup. Calm it down a little. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there. I don't really have anything good idea-wise with this. I don't know what to do with Tempest other than lock her up until she has enough time to really self-reflect.
I get the impression it's either Rampage locking her up or it's the city.
I think that Rampage would prefer it just be Rampage locking up.
I also think
leave,
Rampage would prefer that.
I'll leave that up to Rampage, though. As long as she's contained, I don't really care how or where. As long as it's where there's no like danger to civilians or anything like that. I think that however she's contained is however they can work out that containment is fine.
Yeah. On the other hand, it's also giving Rampage time to come to terms with it. If we can't talk Tempest into anything, which I suspect we can't, we need Rampage to be okay with that. But they're friends, they're connected, they want the same things. That's not easy.
What I hear you saying is that we need to have a whiskey night with Rampage. Some emotional support drinking. Maybe some comfort cobs.
I'm not sure she wants that much to do with us, but
I don't know. She probably feels pretty lonely right now with Tempest being locked up. She's in the military, so she's used to having a unit, and a team around her. So,
well, if you feel like doing it, let me know first. I don't feel comfortable with you going alone.
I will always, I'll let you know. I'm not just going to plan a surprise, garlic bread and lasagna night with Rampage,
That
behind
helps.
Everybody's back. I might do it behind Watchdog's back because sometimes he can be a little disapproving of our ideas. Bending the rules, not that he's a bad guy, he just isn't super comfortable with some of the stuff that.
Above the table, when was the last time that Roxy and Watchdog had that talk as Roxy and Watchdog? I don't know about that, right?
Nope.
I haven't mentioned anything yet.
I think Tony's the only one that knows.
And Tony's upset about it.
How are you doing with the whole Watchdog thing, by the way?
We
Last
talked.
time was you did? When?
He came by the shop.
He did?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah. Tony didn't even try to hit him or nothing. I was very proud of Tony.
Growth?
Yeah. Well, Tony's generally good about expressing himself, but also I don't think,
I meant more from Watchdog's side of things.
Oh, yeah. He apologized and we had a good talk.
Goddamn.
He's got a lot of pressure on him, so we just talked about if you have a lot of pressure on you, instead of lashing out at people verbally or projecting your issues onto them, maybe you could ask for help or do something else to cope.
Fair.
Mostly just don't make it other people's problem when you're having a problem.
I'm glad you two are able to talk.
Yeah.
Do you think you're good with each other at the moment?
I think so. I might even replace his peanut butter that I ate.
Oh, God. I forgot about that.
I'll pick some up later.
Well,
I won't even put it in a Kong or nothing.
I'm glad you two are talking again.
Nah, it was good. We had a nice hug it out session. I brought him pizza. He doesn't drink beer, so I drank beer. I drank his beer and my beer. But
yeah, I don't think I'd want to see a drunk werewolf. That sounds risky.
I kind of do, but that's
maybe not in the city.
I just want to see if they'll chase their own tail. That'd be funny.
Still no confirmation of tail.
Do you think
Maybe
he has
he's-
a tail?
I think he's tail shy.
Just tucks it into his pants, hides it.
You know, whatever you got to do to feel good. Fine. We support you. Not everybody just likes the tail hanging out all over the place, you know?
Can't say I relate.
It's an invitation for other werewolves to sniff your butt. Not everybody wants that, so. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I have a weird sense of
You
humor
sure you
sometimes.
haven't been into the whiskey?
Nah, I'm not drunk today. Well, and it takes a lot to get me drunk, and also like it doesn't last very long, which is whatever. It's fine. It'd be cooler if I could like turn it on and off like you can with when you got the healing.
Yeah. Downside is if I am not conscious enough to actually heal myself, I'm kind of fucked.
Yeah, I
Not
self
as
heal.
not as good with it as Becca is.
You'll get better. You may never be as good as her with it. That's her power all the time. That's not all your power all the time, you know? You can do a lot more with a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? You're more like a jack of all trades. Like you could probably, I mean, have a bunch of different powers, like, and be competent enough to use them effectively, whereas like I'm like very good at being very strong.
Yeah, I get you. I just used to be better at the healing thing.
Oh, you just haven't been you're just a little out of practice. I think you'll get better if you practice more.
Let's go with that.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's not a contest.
Besides, she's a doctor. She's actually trained for this kind of thing.
Right, like she has a whole like medical degree in healing, not
Mhm.
just like healing powers. She understands things about the human body that we may never fully
Like,
get.
I can heal my own internal damage with it, but like if it's you guys, not happening. She actually knows where things go.
That's fair.
Kind of surprising. You'd think that like some powers just don't take that much work to use, right? But that one does. She's good at it though.
Well, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of like sure, you could probably heal a cut that you could just see, but like if there was internal bleeding somewhere, like how are you going to see that? You don't have X-ray vision, so it's not like you can just know.
Well, I mean, she doesn't either, but she's studied where things are supposed to go, so she remembers, she knows.
She can probably use clues to figure out where it is, you know?
One time they brought a guy into her clinic that had been like, someone was tearing up downtown and this guy was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Got fucking sawed in half, almost. Got him to her clinic in like 30 seconds and she fucking fixed him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, if he'd been like a few seconds farther away, he'd been a goner. Absolutely, no question.
I'm kinda
from what
glad-
I know, it was pretty close as it was.
I'm kind of glad I don't have to think about mine. My body just does it itself. It figures
Yeah.
its own shit out, you know?
Please don't get sawed in half.
Probably not. It probably would. I'm sure.
I'm not, I guess,
I'm
It
test
takes
that.
a lot to even break your skin.
It
It has
does
to be
take.
something substantial.
Yeah, you got to have like a really and like to open it for more than like a couple seconds is like a lot. You know, I bet you if I asked your sister, she could probably tell me more about it. Like she could probably figure out more about like what my like make better guesses about what my limits might be without me actually having to go get sawed in half or something.
I mean, we could always bring you down to the clinic, test it out a little.
I think that would be fun. You know, I
You'd
still
have to
want to
catch
know.
her on a not busy day, though.
Yeah, I think I'd have to make like an appointment or something, or we'd have to like schedule it in the books. I don't know. Whatever. But it's not a rush, you know? Like, I kind of want to know
getcha.
Watchdog's limits too, because I just don't. I worry about him getting hurt. I don't know what happens, how werewolf healing works. Mine's just like it does it just does it. It's not conscious. It's like breathing, you know? If I fall
Yeah.
unconscious, it just works.
I asked him about it once, and he basically just said that I don't need to worry about it. So needs a different approach, I think.
He thought I really wanted to pull his arm off. I was just talking about hypotheticals, but I guess I can see why that sounded threatening.
It did sound a little like you wanted to.
Nah, I feel like if I was gonna kill Watchdog, it would just be cleaner to break his neck, not like draw it out and like dismemberment and stuff.
You know, sometimes when you say things like this in that tone of voice, it's a little hard to tell that you're not serious.
Oh, well, I don't actually want to do it. I'm just saying that if I did want to do it, that's how I would do it.
Cynthia internally, fucking mob families.
Someone out there. The fact that you're just considering it in the first place says a lot.
God, yeah.
So much thought into it.
But all that aside, I'm glad you came back. I missed you.
Missed you too.
I'm sorry
Y'all.
for trying to resolve your conflict the way that I did. It wasn't the right call.
It's okay. You know, I don't think it really is your fault, you know, because like I think some people that might be a fine way to like, you know, maybe like more I draw a weird line of things like I seem like I'm like tough and can like kick it with a bunch of really tough dudes or whatever, but I'm also like more emotionally, I don't know. Emotions are important to me and I don't stuff them in boxes or anything.
And I love that about you.
Yeah, so I think that just for me that was hot, and I think that Watchdog was. See, I probably should have maybe gone a little easier. In hindsight, I think I made some mistakes too. Like maybe I should have went a little easier on him, and that maybe would have helped him feel better. I don't know.
He's used to a lot of criticism from a lot of different quarters, and
Sounds like it.
personally, I don't think he ever really developed a healthy way to deal with that, but I don't think he was either given the opportunity to either.
Yeah, it sounds like he can't just tell them nicely to go fuck themselves either. Which
The
is,
people he knows? No.
yeah, which would be my solution to that. If somebody was like that to me, I'd be like, kindly go fuck yourself, sir. And then I'd move on with my life.
I mean, honestly, yeah, that's probably it'd be the most effective solution if it worked, but he's got stuff on the line that solution's gonna take away.
It's pretty complicated, and I don't think that he could ever take like that easy of a solution. Like, I mean, I feel like if people were like, they didn't like something about me or whatever, or try to put pressure on me, I'd be like, I do what I want. All right. Like, I don't really care what you think. So save your breath, you know?
Yeah.
But
You've
he
also
has to
got
care.
you've also got a family that loves you, and
Yeah.
friends, and a good support base. You're able to develop that sense of security your whole life, and you have that to fall back on.
Yeah.
Not everyone does.
That's so true. Yeah, it sounds like Watchdog doesn't have that kind of support. And then he has like a really like scary person who puts a lot of pressure on him. And I offered to go have a talk with her, but he didn't think that would be helpful.
He's right, from my opinion. I want to know the situation, that I don't think that end well. She's a bitch.
That's fine. She wants to throw down. She wants to throw down.
Rox, you're very strong, but I think that's a fight you'd lose. Right now. You need more
Maybe.
training.
What if I did that meld thing and just melded her into the cement and she'd just be stuck?
Depending on how you do that, that might be murder.
Nah, I'd keep her face out so she wouldn't suffocate.
Oh boy, let's not try this on people. quite yet.
All right.
I mean, unless you figured out more about how the power works.
I haven't used it again. I don't know.
Okay. We should practice more just to see what parameters we have. There's one thing I know something about. It's figuring out new powers without any basis in them.
Yeah, I think that it would be good for me and Watchdog to get in the ring again, but for us to come from the perspective of, okay, Watchdog, how are you going to come at somebody who has more brute force than you, but you also have some things that they don't, like claws and fangs, and you're way faster. Like, how would you deal with the situation of that? Because you can't necessarily just fight me straight up. I mean, I don't think that it's going to be good if I just let him win either, just so he feels better.
There's something to be said for gauging your opponent's strength, but I am curious to see how he'd answer that question.
I think he needs to approach that fight in a more creative way than just, I think he's used to being the stronger one, and that's fine, but like he's not always going to be the stronger one. Like, I physically am more brute force than him, but he's faster, and he should use that to his advantage, you know?
Well, how about you? What do you do if you're facing an enemy that's stronger than you?
Oof.
What's your plan?
So what is hard for me, like Tempest, like how do I even do that? I was like, I could just knock her out and that's all I have, right? So like the best thing I can do in that situation is support the people who can effectively fight her, you know?
That's fair, but let's say you're on your own. You versus someone like Tempest. I'm not saying it's intuitive. I'm just saying we need to figure out solutions for if this happens.
I agree. I think that that's something important, because I think that that's something that could make us better as a team and just as individuals, you know, to think about, because like I don't know how I would fight somebody with Elena's power. Like, I don't even know. She could just mush my head like a grape from far away and I couldn't do nothing about it. You know, maybe my head would go back to normal. I'm not really sure if that's within my parameters or not.
Elena is terrifyingly powerful.
Yeah.
Or
so
could be.
So I think it's just something we need to think about just in general of like strategies, and Watchdog will probably feel better about like how successful he is as a hero if he takes a more strategic approach to opponents, you know? Like Rampage is like me, right? Like he can't just come at her with brute force. That's not a hand-to-hand fist fight that he can just win, right? He's going to have to like be smart about how he maybe corners her in a situation or something, you know?
A while back, he was talking about team strategies in terms of a playbook. Could be helpful to paint it as a sort of a sports metaphor.
Yeah, like a football drill or practice or something.
Yeah, like you know those sketches where it's like you show where everyone's gonna go. Not they actually have time in football to think that through, but we need to get better at thinking on the fly, all of us.
But that's what I mean. Like we got to practice those things and like think about it ahead of time, because then if you think about it ahead of time, then you practice it, it becomes more like instinct to kind of do that. And also just like thinking about different things, and it's really useful that you can take different kinds of powers, because then we can kind of think about like how we would each approach that, like, you know?
Yeah. Oh, jack of all trades, master of none.
I think you're a master of some. But, you know,
I'd say I'm a master of pissing off my parents, and that's about it.
Nah, you're really good with gadgets. And you're pretty good at the talking in our heads and listening to thoughts and moving stuff with your mind.
Yeah, one thing I do want to practice, maybe working on some sort of telepathic link. The radios are good, but you can't always talk out loud. Could let people in where we are.
I think I've been thinking about college, and you know, I think that I was told I needed to take a language of some sort. I'm going to take sign language.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I also want to work on is I've known a few people over the years who have they can eliminate other people's powers just by being around them. I think it might be important for all of you to figure out how to fight in those situations.
Yeah, maybe getting hand-to-hand combat skills, without power. Just normal. Like, I know that I do combat, but like part of my ability to do that is that I can punch a guy's skull in if I want. So that is helpful.
You might benefit from a more coordinated technique.
Mm-hmm.
All of us might. And like Elena's incredibly powerful, but if somebody gets up close to her before she can affect them, it'd be good if she knows a little bit of hand-to-hand. Joe's in a similar situation as you. It'd be good if he knows how to actually turn all that power.
Watchdog.
Ooh, are we going to invite
Watchdog.
Joe and Henry too?
Watchdog.
Oh, sorry. But then Calamity's like, you know what I think would also be good? Is if we invite Henry to those classes too. If we were to take like a karate class or a taekwondo or jiu-jitsu. There's a Brazilian one, I think.
Jujutsu?
I think Henry would like that.
Could invite her and Joe. I am meaning Joe this time.
Yeah, or she just might want to make it a girls' day.
Well, it's not a girls' day if Watchdog's there.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe if we put little bows in his hair, we can just pretend.
I dare you to try.
I could hold him down, but I won't do that because that's not
teeth
nice.
You have.
Anyways,
Maybe.
that's just a thought that I had because I feel like Henry could use. She was in that classroom when there was like an attack, and I just, I want Henry to stay safe. And be able to stay safe for herself. I think that's really important,
Which classroom?
I remember that like Joe told me that she was in like a class that got attacked by like, I think he called it Red Dawn.
Red Suns.
Red Sun. Similar. That it mattered
Is
that
this
much.
something that Echo would have heard about?
Yes.
Yeah, it was in the news.
Okay.
The Red Suns attacked Siegel University because the mayor's daughter went there. They were trying to kidnap her.
Mm-hmm.
And then Watchdog made his
brand new hero Watchdog just showed up out of nowhere.
Okay, so
Watchdog
she would
made his
have
first public appearance.
probably read up on that when she met him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the situation, I don't know her that well, but I know her situation's a little complicated at times. We can offer. I don't know if she'll say yes.
Yeah.
But I want to focus on the team first.
That's fine. I was just thinking that might help her.
She's not that close to any of us in particular.
That's true. I guess I'm more close to Joe and, by extension, I worry about Henry.
I suppose that's fair. Am I picking up at all? Okay, so I know that she knows at this point, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're all just pretending that we don't know that. Unless you want to tell me that you know that I know.
Okay. Eventually, Cynthia's just going to sigh. We going to keep doing this?
What are we doing?
Oh, boy.
Big blue eyes blink innocently. Hey, this is impressive. This is the most she's ever kept a secret.
Rox,
Packed.
I can read minds.
Oh, yeah. Then you probably know that I know.
Yeah. We need to work on your lying.
Yeah, that could be helpful.
Just a little.
But just for funsies, could we not tell him that I know?
I'm not planning to unless
'Cause
it
it's fun.
becomes. I will tell him if I'm going to tell him if it becomes a problem. If
Mhm.
it doesn't, then frankly, I'm enjoying this.
Okay, good. I mean, I will also tell him if it becomes a problem, or there's like emotional distress happening, or any other type of distress. But, anyways, or a danger or threats or whatever.
So when he came to talk to you, did he tell you who Henry's mother is?
Yes.
And that didn't clue you into maybe fighting her being a bad idea?
I don't know who Iron Maiden is. It'd be a really cool band name.
She's one of the few heroes out there that Hecate has contingencies for, because she doesn't think that that fight would necessarily end in her favor.
What? What can she do?
The extent that I know of it, turns into metal, super strength, military training.
You do know she can fly.
She can fly.
I still think I could take her. If I really wanted to.
You wouldn't be the first. Please don't.
She's not very
try.
she's not very emotionally well adjusted, so you just get her off kilter. Then she fucks up.
My impression is that she's being emotionally off kilter is not gonna stop her. This is not a woman I associate with any particular stability. At least that's Hecate's view.
They also have rats. It's a weird thing that I was told, but there's rats.
There's rats?
Yeah.
Where?
In her house.
Iron Maiden?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what the fuck?
Sorry. It's just a random piece of information that Watchdog gave me about it.
Was there context for this?
Not as much as you'd like.
Oh boy. Well, okay. I will file that
'Cause
away in case
I
it becomes relevant.
Well, I said we could let glitter mice free in the house. Because I offered to move her car around for him.
Oh no.
If it would make him feel better, I would move her car somewhere where she would have to awkwardly find it. And then I also offered that we could let glitter mice free in the house. And he's like, they already have rats. And I was like, what the fuck? And that was the context.
Okay. That's
So not as much as you'd like, but a little bit of context.
yeah, that's fair as an assessment. Yeah, what I'll say is she scares Hecate a little. Not a lot scares Hecate these days, at least.
That's fair. I mean, if we ever need to fight her, maybe we do need to talk to Hecate and all develop one. Because I think it would take a team up of a lot of people. Like maybe we could even bring in like Rampage and stuff if we develop better trust with her.
That's
just in case of Iron Maiden going crazy.
That's why the contingency exists.
Right.
But
I don't know the contingency though, so I probably need to be brought up to date on the contingency. And also think really hard about how I would take on somebody like that who also has super strength and is metal and can fly.
Approaching that, I'd start working with the assumption that she's stronger than you are. I don't know if that's the case, but it's the safe assumption.
So I shouldn't try to get myself invited over a house and then challenge her mom to an arm wrestling competition just to see.
No.
Look, I'm running this by you so I don't make a bad decision, okay?
I think that you could probably come out of that okay. I don't know if Henry would come out of that okay.
That's true. I
You
wouldn't
know
want
how-
to kill her, just to be fair. I wouldn't
No,
want
that's-
to kill her, just
I mean more,
disable.
you know how if you tried to call the cops on the shit that my dad does, he'd just get worse?
Yeah.
It's like that.
So she's not really a superhero then.
Depends how you define a superhero.
Somebody who does more good than Palm.
It's on terms of scales. She does a lot of good for the city. But if she's not good in her personal life.
But if Hecate is afraid of enough to have a contingency plan, she must have done something to warrant that fear from Hecate.
I think it's less something that Iron Maiden's done and more things that Hecate has done.
Oh, you mean because Hecate is a little more like us, where she's willing to bend the rules a bit.
She doesn't get on with the city.
Yeah, I mean,
There's a reason she's not publicly accessible for appearances and quotes and talking to Aegis.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I like that about Hecate. She understands that not all rules are meant to be followed. Some of them are bullshit made by bullshit people like your dad.
That's a good way to put it. It's, I suppose you could call it a philosophical difference. The two don't really get on. They work together when the city's in danger, but I wouldn't call them friends.
So you'd
I'd
say
barely
that,
call them colleagues.
so you'd say that Iron Maiden is more of a straight shooter.
Yeah, she, you ever read the book Les Miserables?
Roxy just looks blankly at.
Okay.
Absolutely not. That does not sound like a motorcycle manual.
Never mind. She's, the law is the law and it's meant to be followed. As far as I know.
Here's the problem with that. That would be great and dandy if we had very logical, reasonable people making laws that were common sense laws that had that were not harmful to people or oppressive or.
I know that and you know that.
Mm-hmm.
But some people don't see the shades of gray.
Yeah. We live our
Or-
lives in shades of gray.
Or some people like the power.
That's kind of gross.
Mhm. But does that make sense though?
Yeah.
Some people see
Those are
having
dangerous
that-
people.
and cops.
Well, they also like the power.
Yeah, no, that's
don't
what I
know.
mean.
I don't know if you know this, but cops are actually most likely to abuse their partners.
As much from my understanding, it's that kind of situation.
Yeah.
Above legal reproach.
Yeah. That's when we have to start moving their cars around so they can't find them. I'm just saying.
That works to annoy my dad.
Oh.
It doesn't change his behavior. But the worst thing he could have reasonably done was already done. And anything after that, no, I'm too powerful now for him to fuck with me.
I'm glad. I wouldn't like it if he had leverage over you, you know?
Well, there's the money, but
Yeah, but we could get along without his money. I mean, it wouldn't be super comfortable, but we could get along without it. We don't really need money to be happy.
I mean, he doesn't pay for the penthouse these days. That's
No,
on Hecate.
I was gonna say Hecate pays for it, so we can get along.
I have contingencies for if and when it goes wrong, but
Have you ever just thought about just squirreling away some of his money?
I have and do.
Good. All right.
Untraceable.
Elena helps.
Elena, help.
Steal from the asshole as much as you can if he ever cuts you off. Then you have
I'm just
a fuck you nest egg.
Cynthia and Elena's money laundering scheme.
Hobby. Lots
We
of
might
property.
be the mob.
The very
No,
first multi-level marketing scheme.
Pyramid schemes, literal pyramids, lots
Yeah.
of property.
Yeah.
Synonyms.
We keep the money in a pyramid.
Yes. That's why they started printing pyramids on money. That's what happened.
So you would remember that it's in the pyramid.
Connecting the dots.
Connect them.
We are
Elena.
the
Elena
original
is the
Illuminati.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Are you sure we're the
easy
good
living
guys?
illuminates. That's why.
Oh
There
my
it is.
God.
It's the eye at the top of the pyramid.
The more you know, the more you know.
Now I have to design a costume with an eyeball on it. Thank you very much.
This is
Oh my God.
This ends up looking like Bill Cipher by the end of this.
Make it like the googly eye from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Just make it like beholder costume.
Well,
Oops, all eye stalks.
we're working on it, but you know, he's got his roots pretty deep in the legal and political systems, and that's not easy to fight against.
Yeah. Well, he'll die someday of natural causes. Or
That's true.
he'll piss somebody off and they'll kill him, whatever. I mean, not us. I'm just saying, like, you know how he is.
I don't kill, but I won't be upset if he were to disappear.
Right. I mean,
Jesus.
What?
Just mumbling to myself, Jesus.
look, there's a silver lining, and sometimes it's that people will die someday.
Okay, that needs to be Jenna's new tagline on the Beacons page.
The name for this episode, just Death and Taxes.
Death and emotional taxes.
Well,
But
yeah.
hey, it's better living here. And especially with you living with me.
I imagine I'm a better roommate than your dad. Your dad's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just really judgy and like, he's kind of boring too. Like, he's not even like a interesting supervillain. He's just like a.
I wouldn't call
Regular.
him a supervillain. He's just a corrupt bureaucrat.
Which is the same thing as a villain. Maybe not a supervillain, but just a villain.
Yeah.
At
be
least in my
super-
mind.
To be super, you need powers. He doesn't have those.
That must really chap his cheeks.
Well, no, he's very anti-powers.
Yeah, usually when people are anti something, it's because they want that thing. Or, yeah. Look, Jenna's about to like go into a future study that won't happen for decades and decades about how people who are homophobic are more likely to be gay because of this study. All right, Jenna won't do that, but
Footnotes
Nevertheless-
version is that.
Nevertheless says that when people are like very, very against something, it's because they're either like afraid or because they're kind of cowards, or like they really want that thing. And they might be afraid because they know if they had that thing, they would use it badly. So like use it to hurt people, and like so they're afraid of the thing that they would do with that thing that other people will do it to them. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, that's pretty much him to a T.
Yeah.
He's absolutely afraid of it.
Because he doesn't have it. And if he had it, he would do bad things with it to people.
Absolutely.
So he's afraid that people will use it to do bad things to him. Which is,
Yeah.
in a nutshell, like really idiotic that he's coming after them people if he's afraid they're going to do that. So, whatever.
Well, you see, he's against powers, but that doesn't stop him from hiring powered security.
Oh yeah,
Like a lot of it.
100%. He's a hypocrite.
But enough about him. I don't want to.
We could tie
like
him up
thinking about
someday and
him.
put him in a room with Grandpa Les. I'm just saying.
Honestly, I'd be in favor of it if I didn't think that he would try to use that to destroy you and everybody you love.
That's fair. Maybe it could be a therapist that's not Grandpa Les.
I don't like the thought of him knowing anybody's name or identity to do that to them.
Right, a therapist who's not like Grandpa Les could tell us a different therapist. We could hire them. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's not really announcing.
I mean, I think Hecate's got a friend who's a therapist. Not sure. It's been a while since I've seen her.
There's probably more than one therapist. I can't imagine that Grandpa Les is the only therapist in all of Halcyon.
It would explain a lot. But nah.
Super well-adjusted mob.
By the way, this is for you. And Cynthia pulls out Roxy's completed college application and hands it to her.
Thank you. How did you know that I was going to stress out all about that? And she
saw
pulls like the crinkled one out of her pocket.
Because I saw you crumple it up and put it in your pocket.
Oh,
I wouldn't recommend submitting that one or crumpling this one. I can hang on to it for you until we turn them in if you like.
that would be so wonderful.
No problem.
Can I have a hug now? Because I feel like so happy.
Sure.
I'm going to
And,
explode with happiness.
Cynthia will give her a hug.
Aw.
And then she'll also say, there are a few things I need to know from you, though, for the sheets. Are you planning to declare a major immediately, or are you going to be undeclared?
I think I should probably try some different classes. I had some ideas about like if I went into journalism, I could get ahead of the press stuff for us. And like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's worth a shot.
I don't know. I could probably take a class and see if I like it. If I hate it, then I can do something else. I'll take some, like an engineering type class and like maybe like a journalism class.
All right.
We also talked about criminology. Tony said I could be a private investigator.
I like it.
Yeah.
And Cynthia will mark her down as undeclared.
Yeah.
Wow. We should probably get some sleep. But
Yeah.
thanks for dinner.
Yeah. Thanks for
good to have you
talking with
back.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
It's good to have you back.
I just needed to figure out some better ways to be a superhero and maybe be a little more discreet about stuff.
Yeah, I'm sorry for being hard on you about it.
You weren't that hard on me. You made good points.
I've woken up with someone trying to kill me before. I just don't really want to repeat that experience.
I don't like that that's happened, and
You think I like that that's happened?
Right. Well, but like now I'm nervous that will happen, and I don't have superhearing like Watchdog. So if I don't hear it, oh no. Roxy's like, oh god, my brain.
The anxiety spiral.
Yeah. All of a sudden, anxiety. If somebody just tried to kill me in my sleep, I would just probably wake up and they'd be very upset with themselves.
That's most likely. I'm a little squishier than you are.
Yeah, now I'm very worried about that happening to you, Elena, or Sylvie, or like, although Sylvie might actually eat their face if they did that. So like,
I'd pay to see it, actually.
yeah, I'm a little less nervous. I mean, at least I'm here again. I don't want you to stay alone anymore. I'm probably going to try to stay here all the time when you're staying the night, just in case.
Between you and me, on the nights when it's just me here, I just go patrol with Hecate.
Oh, well, that's good then. Hecate was able to watch you back. That's good.
She's got a spare room. I stay there sometimes.
Okay.
More before I got the penthouse, but
What if somebody tries to kill Joe in his sleep? Oh,
he might
no.
also eat their face off, but not on purpose.
That's a good point, and that makes me feel better. But what if it's Iron Maiden and her face is metal? I don't know if he can eat metal. No. And Elena's probably going to be fine because Bertram's there.
Rox, he's just a normal dude.
Are you sure? Because he's a little scary. I feel like he might be like secret British ops or something.
Are you sure? Is he the
Maybe.
Alfred?
You know, he was like wide awake when I dropped in at like 4:30 in the morning. Pretty sure he doesn't sleep.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, I guess we'll cross those bridges when we come to them. But Rox,
Okay.
I know you're having fun. Yanking Watchdog's chain around a little bit. But
More Joe now.
you gotta be careful. He has a
Oh.
secret identity for a reason. And
I know. I understand now.
I just
His mother-in-law is insane. I've got it. Mother-in-law.
I don't think he's married.
Might as well be. 5 years is a long time.
I don't think that's how marriage law works.
Not the law. Well, unless you're in a common law state. Wait, is common law a thing in the 50s? I don't know.
Is it? Is it?
I probably maybe. Mm.
But yeah, I just if it gets out, that puts a lot of people in danger. His
Yeah.
family,
That's why
Henry.
Henry needs to take self-defense classes with us. Not all superheroes have superpowers. You know what I'm saying? Like some of them are just really good at like taekwondo or like karate.
It would need to be on the DL.
That's fine. We could probably hire somebody who's hire somebody to privately give us lessons.
I might know someone.
I can't wait to find out.
Suppose you could call her an honorary aunt of mine.
Then I want to meet it even more.
Okay.
I like your honorary family. And your sister. The rest of them are questionable.
I
Like
don't
your
think
mom.
you've met much of my honorary family.
I mean, I like Hecate.
You
This
like
is the
Hecate?
honor.
This is news to me.
I've met Hecate.
Now, I know you've met Hecate. I just didn't think you liked her.
Oh, yeah, no, I do. Just sometimes she scares me because she's disappointed.
That's fair. She's gotten better, but
She's wound a little tight sometimes, you know?
she's got
It's
her
fine.
reasons.
I get it. I get it.
Like I said, she's got a friend who's a therapist, and yeah.
Do they also know karate? Because that would be ideal.
I have no idea.
Okay, well,
That's not the. Anyways, we'll work it out.
do we tell Henry? I mean, I just say we ask her so she can make the decision herself, but, you know.
I think that all of us should get to know her a little bit better first.
Okay.
The secret identities aren't so secret, since I'd imagine that certain individuals aren't particularly close-lipped around their girlfriends.
I don't imagine that he's been able to keep it a secret from his girlfriend for when did Watchdog come on the scene? Longer than Roxy, so more than a year. I don't think that if he could only keep it a secret from me for like whatever insert amount of time that we've been doing this as a team.
I think we established it's been like a month.
If he can't keep it a secret from me for a month, he certainly can't keep it a secret from Henry.
Oh no, it's not a secret from Henry. I meant our identities.
Oh. I assume that he's told her, but
I don't know what the rest of you states are. I'm pretty sure she knows who I am because when I showed up to give him his communicator, I was not in costume.
I'm fairly certain she knows who I am.
That, yes, I am almost certain with that as well. But I think we should get closer to her first. I don't want to
And she certainly put it to get 2 and 2 together after our college tour day. Watchdog has how many teammates? And how many of us were there? And she already knows that you're one of them. And definitely knows that I'm one of them. I think she might have put all of the pieces in the puzzle, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. That's the assumption I'm operating on anyways, but how did you figure it out, by the way?
Watchdog drove his car when we were fighting Rampage, or when we were fighting Tempest.
That actually
and
makes a lot of
Rampage helped
sense.
us. And then he pulled up to dinner in the same car. And I don't know, you probably don't know this, but a Ford Custom typically comes in a V8. Watchdog drives a V6, and so does Joe. Guess how many Ford Custom V6s there are in this city?
I'm guessing not many.
Probably only one.
Well, that's one more thing I need to talk to him about. First the Letterman jacket, now that
Just saying.
You know,
also, Red
in the
isn't
first-
the most discreet.
in the first year that I knew him, he was running around with his Letterman jacket on in wolf form.
That doesn't surprise me very
No,
much.
but
He would wear that thing in the shower if he could.
wouldn't that ruin the fabric?
Yeah, that's why he doesn't. But if it wouldn't, he would probably wear it in the shower because he loves it that much. He also likes to be flashy. Red's his favorite color, which is fine. Red can be your favorite color. It's also probably not the greatest to wear all the time to draw all that attention to yourself. Just saying.
I'm gonna have a talk with him because that's not. Jesus fucking Christ.
He does like to stand out. Sometimes he's got a little peacock, a little wear peacock in there, you know? Strutting with those feathers, you know? He likes to be pretty. Have you ever seen how much time Joe spends on his hair?
No?
Oh, it's a lot.
My
I
God.
stayed over a few times when him and Tony were in high school. And I just remember he was in the bathroom for an unreasonable amount of time and no hair was out of place on his head.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah. I think he spends more time on his hair than maybe Elena. I mean,
Damn.
could give Elena a run for her money, I
And
think.
considering the ratio of hair there, that's damn.
He has to start over every time one gets out of place. It's the whole thing. How he has time for it, I don't know.
This is why I chop mine off.
Your hair looks beautiful, no matter what. If it was
Well, also
long, if
to-
it's short, you pull it all off. You look great
Thanks.
regardless.
It was also to spite my mother, but you know, that's neither here nor there.
I support spite haircuts 100%.
All right, well, we should probably
All right.
get to bed.
Good night.
Good night to you. And Cynthia goes and locks up, turns on the fucking security system. She's paranoid as hell. Goes to
Tea
bed.
is rich and fresh in this Denny's tonight. My goodness. So much gossip.
Okay.
What do you think they do normally?
This is like all they do. Like they live together.
I believe there was one other thing that Joe wanted to do.
Yes, and now I'm curious how the heck this is gonna go. Cause whilst he is in his dorm, making sure that he's alone, he'll shift to Watchdog and try to privately calm Cynthia, though he's not entirely certain how the darn thing works.
We could
So I
argue
give-
that this is post the dinner.
Yes. This is probably like
Okay.
day or two after it.
Oh, okay. Sure.
So probably like everybody's communicators at some point like squeak a little bit as he's just like flicking through channels.
Okay, so if this is a day or two later and it's at night, I'm gonna say that Cynthia is out on patrol or something.
Alright.
Perched on a rooftop.
All right.
Roxy wants to come with because now she's afraid that like somebody's gonna assassinate Echo over my dead body. Do you know how hard that is?
Echo.
Echo speaking.
Finally. Are you alone? You have a minute to talk?
Looks over at Roxy. Not currently. Puts it down. One second. Rox, looks like it's a private call. I'm gonna step away for a second.
Okay,
I will be
scream in
within
my
sight
brain.
lines.
Scream in my brain if somebody comes try to kill you.
Of course.
All right.
And Cynthia kind of like fly jumps over to like a rooftop that's visible but out of hearing range.
I'm just imagining a very elegant but elongated, like, ballerina jump.
Sure, why not?
Love it.
Her cape is like flowing elegantly or
Yes.
dramatically in the wind.
Yeah.
Lands and then turns the comm back on. All right, I'm alone.
Shifts back to Joe. Okay. So, a couple things have been on my mind.
All right.
First of all, I think Roxy's figuring out I'm the same person.
What makes you think that?
Well, first of all, it's Roxy. She's about as subtle as a rhino going through a China shop.
Yeah, that's accurate.
I think that one time I just got fed up with it and came in my car. I think she clocked that. Because, of course, she did.
Echo kind of just internally shoots over to Roxy. I think he knows that you know. Can I just tell him?
What if I calm him right now to tell him that I think that he has a really nice car?
Please don't.
It would be so funny though.
Please don't. And she'll pick it back up. And she'll say, that would be pretty indicative of things, yeah. What are you
Yeah.
planning to do about it?
Hopefully nothing. I mean, I've got a story in mind in case she directly asks me about it, but I don't know, I give that like a 40% shot of working.
Well, what's the story?
That Watchdog's actually on the team, but I'm covering for him. Which, I mean, technically isn't lying, but kind of feels like it.
If you were anyone else, I would dare you to make the attempt because I think it would be funny. As it is, if you think that she knows and you think that that's not a good way to approach it, or you think that only has a 40% chance of success, it might be better to just tell her up front.
I don't know, with everything that happened with Rampage, just not
I know.
sure.
Well, I understand the risk. I was angry after what happened with Rampage. Because it's a risk. And when you pull one thread, you pull all the threads.
Guess I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, but that's not the only reason I was wanting to chat.
Okay.
Henry, go figure, since Roxy decided to harp on her about it. I didn't intentionally not tell her that we're looking into Rook, but she figured it out, so now she thinks that I was hiding it from her, which I wasn't trying to, but I don't want her involved, but at the same time, I don't want to come off like who.
It actually wasn't my first thought when you just now when you said that. My first concern was that you knew she was in a dangerous situation and you didn't give her the available information, which could put her at risk.
I just didn't know. It's bad of me.
It's a tough call. You can't change it, but I assume since she figured out what was going on and figured out that you didn't tell her, she was not exactly amused.
Yeah. But to try to make things, I don't know, better, I kind of suggested maybe she could help.
In what way?
Not anything stupid, but if she's got access at least to like public areas, she could tell us what's going on in there, since we couldn't really figure anything out. But before she did anything like that, I wanted her to get one of those like disposable communicator things you gave to Rampage.
Sure.
You have another one of those lying around?
I can arrange it.
Thanks.
I'm sure that both of you know, but if you're going to ask her to do this, please, both of you, be careful. These are the kind of people where if she gets caught, you might never hear from her again.
If she gets caught and they try something, I'm ripping that building to the ground.
By the time you know, it might be too late. That's the kind of danger we're working with here.
Oh, great. Awesome.
I know it's not what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear in this case. How about I also talk to her? I have some experience working in labs. I might be slightly more help.
I don't know. No, that... Sure. Just...
As a civilian, of course.
Yeah. And just for helping with this one thing.
Believe me, I am very aware of the kind of danger she could end up in, and I don't want to see that happen. I like her. I don't want her to get hurt.
All right.
But I would like you to perhaps put a little bit more thought in the future to what you do to make up for when things go sideways. I think that making this offer was probably the right choice, since she knows about the situation. From what little I know of her, she might have tried to investigate anyways on her own without help, which would be even more dangerous.
Yeah, that was kind of my worry.
But You're dealing with a lot of need to know information. And that can get tricky, knowing who to tell what and when.
Yeah.
If you ever run into a situation like that, and you think that talking it through could help at all, I'm willing to listen. You don't have to do everything on your own.
There is a long pause. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
I'm not asking you to change. I'm just asking you to think about it.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Besides, you're going to be seeing a lot more of us.
Yeah. Also about that, can you please do everything in your power to not have Roxy try for the team? That's gonna be a nightmare. You know there's a law about powers on a non-powered team, right?
Yes.
Like if this somehow gets back to me, I could get in trouble. I could be kicked off the team.
If they find out that she has powers and that you knew about it?
Yeah. It's not exactly like she's very good at hiding them.
That's fair. Well, if she tries out, chances are she'll somehow accidentally use her powers during that. Worst comes to worst, tell the coach. You do your due diligence, and then it's his problem.
Yeah. Here's hoping.
I'll try to explain to her the kind of legal trouble you could end up in, but I can't make any promises with her.
And speaking of no promises, I'm guessing you can't do anything to stop her, but does Sylvie really have to be on campus?
I wouldn't stop that even if I could. It's going to be hilarious.
Come on, you know that's gonna be hell.
Yeah? She is, depending on your perspective, she's either a curse on humanity or a blessing.
She's gonna be a curse on my team and my sinuses.
Oh, from the pollen.
From her whole smell mess.
What does she smell like to you?
Not the point.
You sure it's not peanut butter?
She smells like he needs a cold shower.
Okay.
She doesn't use her pheromone. Well, no, that's not true. She does sometimes.
She does smell like that. I think too sometimes.
You,
Yeah.
you just hear like this mumbled little whisper of
Sorry, didn't hear that.
Delicious, delicious peanut butter.
She smells like peanut butter, Henry, and sweat. All right.
So peanut butter is in there.
Yes, of course it's in there. What the hell?
I'm glad Roxy doesn't hear this conversation.
Okay, getting back to things I was actually trying to talk to you about.
Yes.
This one's maybe way less serious, or maybe way more serious. I don't know.
Ambiguous.
But talking with Roxy has made me start thinking about, like, I don't know. I've just been generically trying to be better at this hero thing. Maybe I need to start like actioning a list, I guess.
What sort of list?
Well, I've been thinking about maybe getting an actual costume.
I would love it if you did.
Costume, you say?
Sequins!
Mom is,
Sequins are on the menu.
Why not?
Easy living just appears.
Ta-da! In a cloud of
Natalie-
sequins.
Natalie just stops what she's doing. She's like, something wonderful is happening.
Sense
Well,
disturbance, of course.
I was literally about to say here. Easy Living's mom's like a designer or something, right?
Sure. She's a bored rich lady.
That's a word for it.
I mean,
She has a sewing machine and a lot of free time.
Hot glue.
between
Um,
like her and
the
you, do
la-
you think we could put something together for me? I mean, I'm a little bit of a weird case of it.
I'm absolutely certain that I can put something together for you. As far as Natalie, the last time I was well, no, I wasn't there, but Elena said she was doing something with sequins. So, consider your options carefully.
I mean, does she do Western stuff?
Oh, you're looking for flair.
Not
Okay.
much. I mean, but if it's gonna be a costume,
Chaps, 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 chaps.
Do you remember when he was complaining about how Roxy's not discreet? Sorry, just
For some reason, I have a
Werewolf in a cowboy hat.
sudden
Werewolf in a
interest in
cowboy hat.
Fringe.
assless chaps.
How
Show
about
off
this?
the tail.
Natalie's good at style. So my recommendation would be that if you want flair, we can talk with Natalie about the outer parts of the costume, but the interior should be made out of something that's something durable, so you don't easily get puncture wounds, something that can stretch with potential transformation, something that'll
that.
hold up to anything that'll burn through the outer bits.
Squishy
Cam-
cowboy.
Chemical
Okay.
resistant, fire resistant. My costume's made out of it since I die real easy to some shit.
there's really fabric that can do all that.
If you throw enough money at it in development, yeah.
Dang,
Spandex cowboy.
why didn't I get a costume before? That sounds great.
This is what I keep telling all of you.
Because you lack style, darling.
Echo doesn't care about the style. No, Echo's style
It's
is
stylish
ominous.
and functional.
Oh my god. But we can talk. Calamity said something about making a new costume too, so I'm gonna be
Alright.
breaking the stuff out anyway.
All right, maybe we can make a day of it.
Yeah. Do some measurements, do some fabric testing. I'll get the flamethrower. You know.
That was a sentence. I'm gonna request that you don't set me on fire.
I'm not using it on you. This stuff goes through a bunch of stress testing first. You
Oh,
put it on a mannequin, get the flamethrower, you douse the thing, and if any damage happened to the mannequin underneath, you know you fucked up with the design. You keep doing that until there's no problems.
Or no mannequin.
Or no mannequin, I say to the Elena in my head.
Yes.
okay. Yeah, cool.
One thing I wanted to bring up with you
oh
is
boy.
something I kind of want to talk about with the team in general, but I think that we could all benefit from a little more hand-to-hand combat training without powers. I know that's not an option for you right now,
I was about to say, I feel like me without powers is just spilling the whole tin of beans.
but I'm saying when you're still like werewolfed up, you can work on your technique.
Yeah,
Super strength goes a long way. It goes even farther when you know how to use it right.
I mean, I kind of know how to use it.
Kinda's not gonna cut it someday.
I've watched a lot of John Wayne movies. I know how to throw a punch.
Oh, honey. There's more to fighting than punching. You need to know how to do an effective counter. You need to know how to gauge your enemy's movements and where they're going to go next. You need to think 3 steps ahead.
Okay. Oh boy.
But I think the team in general could benefit from a little more technique.
All right.
Back when I started out as Hecate's sidekick, I got put through the paces too. Learning how to fight hand to hand. In case my powers fail me because they're fucking unreliable.
Seem pretty reliable thus far. Aside from that one building explosion.
That's not the first time that's happened.
No.
Also, there's people out there who can eliminate your powers. Not permanently, as far as I know, but temporarily. So, if we're thinking new costume,
Okay.
we should make sure that if you suddenly get de-wolfed, your costume will shrink with you, and you actually have a mask covering your face.
That's gonna be a little weird. We're gonna have to work on that because I definitely need to make sure my nose is free.
The 2 of us can probably practice it without anyone else around, just to make sure the fabric will fit. It doesn't have to cover your nose. I feel like as long as you've got your eyes covered, that should mess with anyone who doesn't particularly know you well or from a distance. We'll work something out. Try to find something that's the best of all approaches.
Can I have a hat?
Sure. Though you'll probably have to have several because that's gonna get lost or damaged multiple times.
Pin strap.
I'm dying over like a cowboy werewolf.
Yes, I
Excellent.
want to
I'm
say
here for it.
Roxy wants an all black outfit. Let's talk again about who's discreet and who isn't.
We've got a cat suit and we've got a cowboy suit.
Yeah.
We can talk about it. We'll make something that works and looks good.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. No promises about Roxy and the team, but I'll talk to her. Seagull doesn't have a powered football team, does it?
No, I checked.
Does it have any powered teams? I know the regulations are different. I haven't looked into it there.
If there are, they're not nearly making the amount of money that Standard League's making right now, and
so what happens if they find out you have powers?
Bad.
That seems like it would end badly.
Very badly, yeah.
How's on a scale from 1 to 10, how good of a job do you think you are at hiding it?
At this point, I'd say like a 7, 8. I had some incidents when I first got to college.
Okay. That's probably something we should talk about too, since you're pretty dedicated to keeping your identity under wraps.
I mean, I'm a lot better at it now. No,
Yeah.
I haven't broken a rib in a few months.
But optimally, we can bring that 7 to like a 10, preferably. If you want this locked down, we can talk about some ways to make it locked down.
Yeah. That's probably smart.
Yeah, what are friends for?
How do you handle all this? I swear.
I've been doing it for about a decade and I have no personal life.
So you're doing it the smart way.
I wouldn't say smart. You really seem to get a lot of value out of what you do as a civilian. I respect that. I never figured it out, and quite frankly, it wasn't made an option for me. But you got something good. I want to help you keep it.
Thanks.
All right. Unless there's anything else, talk later.
Yeah. Talk later.
All right. And thank you for telling me this stuff. I appreciate it.
Of course.
All right. See you later.
Sign
I go
off.
out.
So
Flies back over.
Hmm.
He is absolutely he's not convinced, but he's pretty sure. Please just tell him.
you told him, didn't you? You said you was gonna tell him. You asked if you could tell him, and I said, yeah.
I asked if I could tell him, and you said, what if you called him to tell him his car is good?
I mean, that was an affirmative that you could tell him.
Oh, well,
Sorry. I should have been more specific and clear. I'm sorry.
no, that kind of works. I think it would probably be better if you just tell him upright.
Okay, hold on. Grabs communicator, calls watchdog.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
I was just about to say here, after hanging up on the communicator, I feel like Joe kind of like looks over his mattress, lifts it up a little bit, and pulls out.
I don't want to know.
He pulls out what?
a
I wanna
wooden
know.
mask.
Oh,
wooden
okay.
mask.
A wooden
Okay.
mask?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He kind of like
Okay.
looks
In what
at it.
style?
I'd say kind of like a semi-tribalistic.
Yeah.
But assuming the camera can fully see it, would see that it is cut in the appearance of a coyote.
Ah, okay.
Dog.
He kind of looks at it a little bit. Tell me anything. Right. Because things would go so great if I... And then the communicator goes off and he's just...
Watchdog. Watchdog. Watchdog.
Uh,
Watchdog. Watchdog.
almost like answers it without shifting and then shifts. Yeah. Yeah, what?
Hey,
What?
I really like your car. Do you know how many people in the city have a Ford Custom with a V6?
What?
You hear in the background, oh my God.
Do you know it? Do you know exactly the number of people that own that type of car in the city?
Echo, did you tell her?
Do you know?
No.
Did you know that only like 100 of those were ever made? So there's like 100 of them in the whole country. Anyways, Joe, tell Henry I said hi. All right, bye-bye.
Echo picks back up. Says, I didn't
Done.
tell her. I told
Done
her
and
she
done.
should tell you that she knows. Because I'm tired of fucking lying.
Done and done. Checks it off her imaginary to-do list.
Whatever. Just like slams the communicator back down his desk.
Echo just hangs up and is like, one of these days I'm going to teach you the definition of the word tact.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what that means. It means it's sticky. Sticky.
Oh. Ah.
It's like, yeah, like it's sticky. That's what my mom said. Tact is like when you're sticky.
You're thinking of tacky.
Yeah. That's what I said. Right?
Let's get back to the patrol.
When Roxy goes to sleep, she actually wants to try to connect with Elena in her dreams.
Okay.
Because they did it before. She wants to see if she can do it again. She doesn't know if it was her or if it was Elena, but she's gonna try.
You lay down and try and reach out with these mystical mind powers to wherever Elena is. But nothing, you don't feel any different.
Can I use a mind of their own ability?
Oh shit.
Sure.
I would say this is a huge obstacle, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I will take a condition.
What condition?
Just got rid of like all my conditions. So we're primed to take more conditions, right? Let's see here. Let's take insecure. I think. So I don't think the rest of them fit. I think insecure might.
Okay.
Like, surprise, I'm here in your dreams. This is awkward.
It's like that dream where you walk,
I'm here.
where you're standing up to give a speech and then you suddenly realize you're naked.
Oh God, I show up naked in her dream.
Totally different kind of dream.
Yeah, that's an off-camera dream. Elena.
Do I hear any of this magic dream talking?
Do you have to roll for this? Remind me.
It says
Nope. This
Yeah,
move
no,
is
I
just
just
like
take-
have a power for a scene.
I take a condition from like the stress of doing it.
Okay. Elena, what you dreaming about? Figure that out right now for me.
Oh God.
Right now, figure it out.
It
I don't-
involves
It's probably something really mundane. Just like getting lunch with somebody, but it feels like she's getting lunch with like Cynthia and Sylvia, but Roxy's not there for some reason.
Okay.
But she could hear Roxy now.
Okay. You're just like at a little bistro or whatever having lunch
At
and
my new taco place.
oh yeah, or that your new Mexican place.
Chimichangas.
Having like an afternoon margarita or something. Half price margaritas on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And you just have some like casual conversation and hear Roxy's voice behind you. And you turn around and look. And we'll say there's just like this really like ghostly image of Roxy there. Semi-transparent Roxy.
Hey, Elena.
Roxy?
Yeah.
Are
I
you
just-
here or in the dream?
Both, I think. Because I can see her dream, right? Or no?
We'll say yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
you can see. It's like it looks different to you. It doesn't look as realistic. It's similar to how you appear to Elena. The dream world is very like semi-transparent and ghostly.
Roxy tries to take a chip and like dip it in salsa, but I assume that it's not substantial and I can't
Nope.
eat it. Well, that sucks. I can't eat stuff in your dreams.
She probably cannot drink the dream drinks either.
Nah. Hey, I needed to tell you something like really bad, and like I thought you might be sleeping. I needed to tell you I'm sorry that I walked out and that I didn't tell you I was definitely going to come back. And I'm sorry I made you sad if I made you sad or mad or whatever feelings you were feeling.
She'll hug transparent Roxy. Sometimes we all need space. But next time you need space, I would like a heads up, please. It's not like we didn't know where you were, but
Okay, I will tell you next time I need space.
like a large declaration with a banner.
Oh, yeah. Like, what if, like, you remember, like, sometimes they have those planes and there's like a little banner behind them?
Yeah,
That would
maybe
be really
in the
cute.
penthouse we get one of those dropped ones,
Ooh.
and we can just, I need space. Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah.
And then we can drop it whenever somebody needs space.
I'm a little worried about giving everybody space now, though, because Cynthia said somebody tried to kill her while she was sleeping one time, and now I can't stop thinking about that. And I was afraid that maybe somebody was going to try to come kill you. So I thought I wanted to check in on your dream and make sure nobody was trying to kill you. And then also tell you that I really like your face. It's really pretty.
Okay.
I don't think anyone's going to kill me in my dream. Okay. I just starts dreaming about like a looming shadow.
No, I just needed to make sure. I just have anxiety because I didn't know.
I'm alive in the house. There's dogs.
Bertram's there to protect you, so I think it's fine.
He's just a very astute butler.
Yeah, astute.
We have hounds. Die
Hounds.
Hunden.
Yeah, okay. Good. Well, I miss you.
Your face
Hopefully
is
we can see
very
tomorrow.
pretty too.
Oh, thank you.
I will see you in the morning.
Okay.
My God.
Maybe sometime me, you, and Cynthia could get like dinner together or something. I don't know. Maybe. If you're
Tell
all okay
Cynthia
with
that
it.
her face is pretty.
Points to the dream table. She's like, I think I'm doing that now.
No, I mean like, like different, like without the rest of the team,
I think that's Sylvia. She's kind of very bouquet of flowers right now.
Yeah, well, I think I don't think I should tell you this, but I think somebody else is interested in Sylvia. But anyways,
Is it Tony? He's not very subtle. That is not a quality that runs in you. Well,
God.
that's not the quality that runs with you two.
nah, not really. I don't think Ma's very subtle either. Pa isn't very subtle either. I'm pretty sure you can't really be subtle when you ask people for money. He's in collections. When people owe a bad debt, he has to go have them pay the debt. There's like those people that call when you owe people. Yeah.
The money will be sleeping with the fishes.
Yep.
The face journey of the GM over here has been hilarious to watch.
But I was thinking about like a date or something.
Yeah, a date would be nice. Before,
But without the whole team, because Watchdog has his own
has a
stuff.
life.
Yeah.
So that would be nice. Before we get busy, I'm assuming this school thing is going to be very involved.
Yeah. You're really good at thinking of activities, so think about what you want to do, and then we can plan it. And I'll ask Cynthia when she wakes up. If you're okay with her joining. I don't know.
Why wouldn't I? I love Cynthia. We have very good teamwork here.
Yes. Teamwork, dreamwork. Love it. Okay. I want you to sleep very good. Have great dreams. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Okay. Goodbye.
Should
Good
give her
night.
another hug.
Another transparent ghost hug. Yeah.
Thank you for being so amazing.
I try. It helps to have amazing friends. Dream date. In my notes.
Put it on the calendar.
On the sticky note. Oh, I wrote it one sticky note ahead. Well, That can't happen for a while. I gotta fill the sticky note.
It's future sticky notes.
Yeah. That's
All
gonna
right.
be even more confusing.
She will let Elena rest without continuing to pester her, but now she's feeling insecure because she just asked Elena out in a dream, and that was
I like your face.
like your face.
It's very on brand.
I was just like, oh my god, this is like, you talk about how Henry and Joe flirting is like Prince flirting. That like Jade proposal.
I mean,
Wow.
Henry and Joe flirting is like watching our parents flirt. It's awkward for all of us. Like, not for them, but this was awkward for everybody, probably in
Yeah.
like a town radius
Yeah,
from
yeah.
each of us.
Everyone just feels the awkwardness.
Roxy doesn't know how to ask people out or be subtle or be cool.
Okay.
You don't say
well,
as you invade someone's dream to ask them to date.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
By
I feel
saying
like
getting dinner but different.
Not at a junkyard.
Not like at the junkyard.
Not gonna redo that date ever again.
Oh my gosh.
okay. So I
What
feel
was the
like
worst date ever? Just
I feel like at this point there are obviously like little things everyone wants to do. So I think going forward we can do like a time passing situation, but have it sort of montagey. So if there's specific things that you imagine would happen while time is passing, like a date or the costume
sure.
design,
Speed run the summer.
yeah, we can like
Wish I
role
could
play
do
those
that in
out.
real
So
life.
Tryouts is the only thing that's really pressing for
Just-
Roxy.
Yeah,
Barring
I mean, just
Roxy from tryouts
give-
somehow.
just give some thought to what you want to do
Host arrest
Or
Roxy.
our next game, and then we
God.
can handle it in that way. But
This
And-
episode's a montage episode.
This wasn't.
little
it was-
montage. Depending on how fast it goes, we might possibly get into the next arc. Who knows? It is on the horizon. I'm
But
excited.
the point is, team's clear.
Yes.
We also
Not
need to
till after
fix
the montage.
the PR disaster. But that's it.
Question.
Yes.
Aside from the team pool clearing, are there any other mechanisms that happen with like time passing?
Yes.
I know some
Janice
playbooks
specifically for
do.
me.
Okay. Because I don't think I have one. I know like the Legacy does. Janice
I don't
does.
think mine does.
Me and Valkyrie, when she gets back, are going to need to roll for our
Ooh.
secret identities and see what the hell's going wrong.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I'm very excited for this.
Well, I
Yes,
also
you
need to
identity
see
roll.
Sylvie and Tony, the flirting with the cookies. That's going to be great.
But for now, we can head into our end of session questions.
Yes, we
Mhm.
can.
Where is this? Is what I want. So, who would like to go first?
I'll go. I know what mine is. Gonna go closer to the team, specifically Roxy, because that really awkward dream sequence there.
Poor Elena.
She already has influence, so that's label shifting.
Ooh.
I have no conditions, so I'm gonna mark another potential.
All right. So
Wait, Roxy.
She
When
did
did
not
Ro-
have
She didn't have influence over Elena.
no.
No, because I lost it.
Oh, that's
remember?
right. Oh, she has influence now. We can all influence each other again.
We're influential.
No.
I'm trying to remember if there's anybody else who Roxy doesn't have influence over now.
I think she's
so.
got it over everybody.
I think so.
The only people who don't have influence currently, according to what I've got, is Sylvia doesn't have influence over Joe or Elena.
Yes, and
But she
Joe will
had-
be keeping it that way for as long as he can.
Oh, what? I wonder why.
It's
because she
freaking
smells like peanut
terrified of
butter
her.
and teen spirit. That's what, right?
Yes, exactly.
I did have that scent combination figured out for the longest time. because I was like, if this smells like what Joe likes the smell of most, then like I need to know exactly
Getting
what it
sweaty
is.
with Henry and peanut butter.
Yep. Maybe all at the same time. Who knows?
That was implied.
No, I didn't even consider that.
That was clearly
but
implied.
It's too
That was
late.
not meant to be implied.
Whoop.
Far too late.
You have a lot
Whoops
to
for
learn,
you.
Crow.
We said it. It's out there on the internet.
I was more intending that to be representative of the 3 things he likes doing best, which is physical activity,
Henry.
and being a werewolf.
Well,
Activity that he likes to do.
Okay.
Peanut butter.
sorry, just the
Okay.
phrasing threw me.
Look, I'm very tired. I apologize.
Apologize. We're having a great
It's
time.
funny.
with
Oh
this.
my god.
You
Wait
might
until you
regret
watch this
later.
back, yeah.
Like I'm still ill and like the medication's starting to wear off, so I'm just like
Peanut
Fair,
butter
fair.
hallucinations. Oh, I love it. Peanut butter diaries.
50 Shades of Peanut Butter.
Okay.
It's out there on the internet forever.
Do with
This is
that
way worse
what
than me
you
telling the world
will.
I like only
God.
read smut.
Oh my god. Okay. Who's that?
oh, excuse me. I think I'll go next year. I think I'll go with grow closer to Echo. Because she was
No, we're a package deal.
genuinely
now?
trying to help in regards to Joe's situation, which he greatly appreciates. Even if he is still holding out, say about 70% of the backstory.
She's not that fussed about it.
It might be when you figure out what it is.
She's also got stuff she doesn't want him to know.
But yes, you will get to shift my labels here, and I will clear angry.
Okay. Given that part of the conversation was helping recommit to Joe keeping his secret identity secret, I am going to say mundane up and freak down.
Thank you. I need that mundane soon.
Happy to help.
I don't like the way Charlie's laughing, guys.
We already know that they're an evil mastermind. Yes. I can go. I'm actually like super so grown closer to the team regardless, but I'm actually super torn between both Watchdog and Calamity because they were both good moments. But in terms of making Echo feel more welcomed, I'm probably going to say Calamity because she came back, and Echo was really happy that she came back because she was sad when she was gone.
That conversation was fantastic to listen to. I don't know how you feel about that, Maria, but I was like, tell me more.
It's a good time.
Hey, for what it's worth, there are definitely things that Echo was alluding to that I don't think Calamity is aware of.
No,
Not
I
really.
don't think so.
Was she also alluding to a date? See, that's why.
not like that.
Oh,
there was something in there that I don't think anybody caught. That was a significant backstory thing. We'll see.
I think I might
There are actually a
have
few
caught it.
things.
I caught at least one, I think.
I think there were two main ones.
Oh, surrogate aunt.
3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back and rewatch it.
I caught the ant.
Gotta say, when this episode airs, we're all gonna be like,
Staring intently.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. But since Roxy already has influence over Cynthia, you get the chance to shift labels.
All right. Well,
And don't have any conditions, so I'm going to take the potential, and I have cleared my track. So I will let you know what
Is
I
that
end
the
up
fourth
picking.
time?
yay!
Yes.
You're so good
Oh
at being
my
a
gosh.
superhero.
I feel like Echo deserves to have this much growth for how many battles.
Look,
she has,
at this rate, I am definitely going to need my switching to another playbook plan because I am filling this too quickly.
Yeah.
It's because you have like had 0 conditions.
Yeah, this is true.
That's true.
That's
So your
the
only
other
option
thing.
has been to take potential.
Grow into yourself, darn it. Just shift your labels.
I did that once, but like mostly I'm happy with where my labels are because yeah.
Then you might not like this as much.
That's
Maybe.
fine.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna have you up your savior and down your free.
That's no change.
Okay.
Savior's at 3.
Oh, then you mark a condition.
Yeah, so I need to.
Oh, if it goes all the way up to 3 or if it goes past 3?
If it tries to go past 3, nothing moves, and you just mark a condition.
Do I get to pick or is it?
Oh, was it already at 3?
I think
I'm sorry.
you get to pick. Oh wait, no, I pick.
I was going to say, I think that's a Charlie pick.
It
Go for
is indeed. So let's see here. Ooh.
I don't actually know what happened to my rulebook. I'm going to have to find that.
I will say insecure on the basis of what, like, the doubt surrounding if Roxy would leave again.
Ooh, I like it. Okay, sure.
Roxy's never gonna leave her side again now that she told her that somebody tried to kill her in her sleep. Are you kidding? She's gonna wake up to Roxy sleeping on the floor next door.
Sleep in the bed, Jesus.
It's just a slumber party.
She doesn't
We're
want to
all
sleep in the
worried
bed without
now.
asking permission first.
I mean, Cynthia was going to jokingly suggest that if Roxy was worried about not hearing somebody, she's like, "Sleep in the
Roxy was
bed."
seriously thinking about it. Like, maybe we should just sleep in the same room now.
Cynthia'd be like, "Yeah, okay."
I see no problem
accidentally-
with this.
Oh,
I've actually
man.
managed to cup the head of the wolf.
Yes, cuff the wolf.
That sounds a little dirty.
Hey.
Hey, my superpower in real life is turning
Dirty.
everything into something dirty. I will turn anything into an innuendo.
And yet you still haven't figured out the intentional one I built into Joe.
Obviously, that was very slick, but now forever, it's Peanut Butter and Henry doing Peanut Butter and Henry. That's that will never go away.
Don't listen, Bone. You don't need to hear that.
He's too
You're just a
young.
baby.
Okay, so I am gonna say obviously growing closer to the team. I also feel torn because like it was really like both Echo and Elena. Like I am gonna do this in a way. Well, I don't remember who did I give influence to. It was Sylvie last, but like
Roll a die.
yeah,
Echo, low, easy living.
I was just gonna say which one of you wants to be odds, but yeah.
Yeah, evens odds.
I love how Boone is just
Okay.
phasing in and
I
out.
love
Void
Void
dog.
6, so that's Echo.
Ta-da. Okay, one sec.
I do think it's been a while
You're
since
gone.
she's
You
shifted
disappeared.
Roxy's labels, but I'm not
It's been a
sure.
minute. It's been a minute, I think.
I feel like Elena did.
I shifted it once. And I think
Yeah.
Sylvia just shifted it.
Yeah.
Well, what is the reason behind Elena or Cynthia? Was it just be like
I
the
wish
dinner?
I knew the reason behind Elena.
What is the reason?
We're trying to
behind
figure that
Elena?
out.
The reason is you. Because Cynthia was so like like I missed you. Like, I don't know, it felt very heartfelt for Cynthia, and like very like, not that she's not genuine or like honest and upfront. She tends to be pretty honest, but also good at like explaining things in a way that is not hurtful. Not that Roxy has fragile feelings, because she tends to know that she's kind of a ditz when it comes to not being or to being discreet. She knows that. She knows her faults. But like she's always kind, and like she was just very like, I mean, Roxy, she could have been a dick, and Roxy would have kind of deserved it. So you know, like
okay, given that Roxy came back
Yeah.
and recommitted to the superheroing thing, and talked a little bit about how she does understand where Cynthia's coming from with the need to protect secret identities thing.
mhm.
I'm gonna say savior up, mundane down.
Look at me becoming a savior.
For shame, you're actually acting like a hero.
What?
All my labels are like kind of one off, so that's
Here's
really
a
nice.
secret that Watchdog doesn't know. Roxy's always a hero. She always acts like a hero. She's always helping people who need help.
Smash cut to the B&E.
Those are bad corporations that do bad things to people, so that's fine. See, the hero thing's different, right?
Oh my god.
We have different ideas.
Hey,
There is
Google
going
play
to
Anti-Hero by Taylor Swift.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem.
It's me.
You can't
But
see
also,
Precious, but she's looking very
uh,
cute right now.
Watchdog is very lucky that Calamity hasn't pointed out the well, there's time yet. She just found out that Iron Maiden is like a straight shooter. And that's a really, really, really a lot like Watchdog. Weird.
Just as a heads up, since we are going to be going into a time skip and I get to pick an advancement, I am going to go with choose up to 4 more resources from your mentor. So during that time skip, we can talk through.
Upgrade the base.
Yeah.
We get
Big
the banner
time.
that says I need space.
I am taking potential as well.
We get an actual doghouse for me.
Yeah. Oh no. You can
And the
stay there while
hounds.
Henry's mad at you.
We need room for the guard hounds.
And guess who
No,
else
they
gets
break
to take
in.
an advancement?
Is it you?
Yeah. I'm going to take additional roles for my love and rival, because I felt like it's very thematically appropriate, because Roxy fully thinks that she's going to ask Cynthia out tomorrow, and then they're all going to go on a date. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. But she'll be awkward and insecure about it all. But so
Cynthia will also be insecure.
Yeah,
then
literally.
she'll feel bad. That was the condition I took when I did the telepathic holla at Elena. I don't know.
Telepathic dream booty call.
Not
All
quite. I'm gonna take my additional. I have right now. I have enabler, but I'm also going to take friend. And I am going to say that this one's for you two more than me, listener. So when you pierce the mask of your love or rival, you can always let them ask you a question, to ask them an additional question. And these additional questions for both ways do not have to be on the list.
Okay. All right.
So we no longer have limits of what we can ask each other.
For certain people.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
just for Elena and
Yeah.
Cynthia right now, because they're
Probably be trying to trigger those more.
What? Pierce the mask?
The bull effects, because like each one of those has something to it, right?
Oh yeah, and friend, because we're friends. You also get to mark potential anytime you successfully comfort me.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, both of you do. So
Nice.
As if Cynthia needs any more potential.
Yeah.
I do, damn you. It's been slow going too.
Yeah.
And then
Poor
like the
Elena.
last one, it took me like days to debate what I wanted, even though I had it
Oh.
narrowed down into a list of like 3 options. I'm like, but what do I want to do?
Well,
See, I picked up drives with my advancement, so now I can either clear conditions, shift my labels, or take potential whenever I
Ah!
fill one.
Nice.
I have
That
a
is
direct
nice.
control.
well, you might have more opportunities to fail and get potential as we kick off the next arc, which I'm very excited about.
Is the name of this one a secret?
Yes.
Ah,
Can we at least know who's gonna be your target, if anyone?
No,
You'd
I
think just one
that's a
person?
it's also
secret.
a secret.
Oh God.
Just
Was
one
there meant
person.
to be a target of the last one? Because I felt like it was more general.
Felt like Watchdog got targeted unintentionally.
It was yeah. It
We
wasn't
cho-
That
we
might have been
cho-
us.
intentional
We
target. I was
chose another
going. My focus was leaning more towards Roxy, with Rampage being like an
Alright.
identical power set.
Okay. Makes sense.
But the overall plot wasn't tied into any backstory elements. That was more just trying to have a sort of
Test the waters, see if
Yeah.
we go to college.
yeah.
that was
Yep.
not the arc that Charlie was expecting.
Uh,
So why did they just
surprise.
wake up
Well.
and decide to go to college?
Basically just it was meant having a little bit of target towards Roxy, but also an initial setup to try and like solidify the beginnings of the team more.
Like it. I think there's good solidification.
More of an overt threat than some more subtleties
the
we
things
might be
we'll have in the future here.
Yeah, you should just have that on.
Sure. Just-
We could just
Okay.
add that into your background if you want.
yeah.
Right under the watchdog, it just help.
yeah.
Help.
Or right,
Yeah.
right before it, so it says help watchdog.
Help watchdog.
yeah. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for joining us this evening. Hope you come back around next week for our little time skip montage episode before things kick off once again, and I'm gonna be making some very, very bold moves, some really hard
Oh.
moves. Yeah. So have a good time of it wherever you may be in your day, and we will see you later. Bye bye.
Bye.
Live your life within the moment. And don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over.